لقد من الله على المؤمنين إذ بعث فيهم رسولا من أنفسهم يتلو عليهم آياته ويزكيهم ويعلمهم الكتاب والحكمة وإن كانوا من قبل لفي ضلال مبين.
نحمده ونصلي ونسلم على سيدنا ومولانا محمد رسوله النبي الأمين المكين الحنين الكريم الرؤوف الرحيم. أما بعد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Dear teachers and students, Alhamdulillah Ta'ala, in our last two sittings, we have discussed many of important subjects, topics related to the permissibility and legality of Millat celebrations. One thing which just occurred to my mind, by the way, I would like to make it clear, although I have given a reference of Sunan al-Tirmizi and of some other books of hadith, in Western world, particularly in England, in America, in European countries, a wrong conception is prevailing in connection of Miladun Nabi and many other Islamic and religious subjects. For example, if any practice is being carried out by the ulama in England and in the European countries or Western countries, by those ulama and scholars or people who primarily belong to Pakistan, India or Bangladesh, to this part of the world, Indian subcontinent, they just carry a particular practice, and that practice is originally Islamic, having its roots in Arab world, having its origin in Sharia, in Quran and Sunnah. But if the Pakistani people, Indian people, Bangladeshi people, people belonging to this continent, if they practice it, carry it on, it is wrongly propagated that this whole idea, this whole celebration or the whole concept is Indian concept, or it is Pakistani concept, or it is Pakistan based concept, and it means they want to convey this wrong message through these words that it has no roots in Arab world or Islamic world, or it has no roots in Islamic evidence, it has no Islamic or Arabic evidence and arguments behind that. This is just, you can say, an allegation launched by biased mind. And number two, some people, the youngsters like you, the children of the Pakistani parents, unfortunately for certain reasons, and reasons can easily be understood. I don't debate on reason, I can understand the reasons. But unfortunately, because of some reasons, the younger generation of Pakistani families or Pakistani parents, they have fallen a prey to sense of inferiority complex. They are suffering a very big inferiority complex in connection of Pakistan, India, Bangladesh or this part of the world. There may be many reasons. One of them is the poor performance of most of the imams and khatibs and ulama and preachers who live there, who are regularly serving there in various mosques, or who normally go on annual visits in various months, and they are invited by the organizations of various mosques. Maybe this is the basic reason, that their poor performance. And the other reason is the own parents, families, people, they belong to labor class, most of them. They went there for earning money, for their livelihood. The children, the girls and the boys, their children know the limitations of their parents, that they are not aware of the Islamic knowledge and they have no access on Quran and Sunnah. They know their shortcomings. So whenever, and there are certain other reasons again of this kind. So unfortunately, this wrong performance or wrong concept has been wrongly connected with the idea that anything which is being practiced by Pakistani people is maazallah, is an act of illiteracy, act of ignorance, act of jahala, act of bid'ah. It is an act which is originated from Indian subcontinent and it has no connection with Arab or Islamic roots. This is either the inferiority complex transferred or communicated with various reasons to the new generation, or it is a creation of some biased mind. Biased mind who want to propagate wrong aqidah, who want to create, to give misguidance, who want to take the younger generation to wrong track, who want to detract them. So they have various means and various tactics of attacking. These are various attacking tactics, psychological attacks on the minds and psychology of the younger generation. Oh, what are you talking about? This is Indian origin, not Islamic thing. This is Indian origin. This thing is Indian origin. This is Pakistani Aqidah. As if here the people living over here all are Jahil. Let me explain the thing. I am not talking of the imams and khatibs and normally professional preachers who go on annual visits. I am not talking of, or the peers, most of the peers carrying out wrong kind of practices on the name of spiritualism. Although they have given a very bad name to tasawwuf, mysticism and spiritualism, these are the reasons that people can easily understand, and their minds are ready to accept the wrong allegation too, without differentiating between the wrong and right. This is the basic problem. Let me explain as far as the knowledge, expansion of knowledge and depth of knowledge is concerned. Indo-Pak subcontinent, India and Pakistan particularly, any country has no match with Pakistan and this part of the world as far as the depth of the classical Islamic knowledge is concerned. The Arab people, they are superior to the people and ulama from here as far as the language is concerned. They are better in language. No doubt, this is their language. Arabic is their language. They have to be. But as far as the analytical knowledge is concerned, derivative knowledge is concerned, deductive knowledge is concerned, exegetical knowledge is concerned, classical knowledge is concerned, traditional knowledge, conventional knowledge, and moreover the rational knowledge, logical knowledge of Quran, of tafsir, of hadith, of usul, of fiqh, each and everything. The non-Arabs were never behind the Arabs, rather their contribution is much higher and deeper than the Arab world in Islamic history. None of the 6 Aimma of Hadith of Siyasita is from Arab world. None of the 6 Ashabu Sitta, Ashabu Siyah is Arab. Imam Bukhari is not Arab. He belonged to Central Asia. Bukhara from Uzbekistan. He belonged to Central Asian. Imam Muslim, he belonged to Central Asian states near Iran. Imam Tirmizi belonged to Central Asian states near Iran. Imam Abu Dawud were not an Arab, belonged to these states. And Imam Nasai and Imam Ibn Majah, all these 6 Ashabu Sitta were non-Arabs. I'm just giving you the thing which I am telling you now. Same has been existing throughout the history, every century of Islamic history. Come to the 4 Imams of Fiqh, only 1 out of the 4 is an Arab. And that is Imam Malik, who belonged to Medina. 3 are non-Arabs. And you know Imam Abu Hanifa, he was unanimously considered and regarded as Al-Imamul Azam by other Imams of Fiqh. Imam Shafi'i and other Imams used to say him, he is Al-Imamul Azam. So he was from non-Arab world, belonged to Kufa. Imam Shafi'i was from Egypt. Egypt is in Africa. African subcontinent, non-Arab world. Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal was from Baghdad. Baghdad was a province of Iran. They, at a very later stage, ultimately after the conquest, these countries became the part of Arab world. After expansion. When Islamic State went on expanding, and the new lands and all these were, even the Syria, it became a part of Arab world. Originally it was not Arab. Iraq originally was not Arab. Syria originally was not Arab. Urdu originally was not Arab. Palestine originally was not Arab. Egypt I have explained. All these countries, they joined the Arab world because of conquest and Islamic expansion. They became the part and parcel of the world, Islamic world. So they adopted the language of Arabic at a later stage. So this is the basic thing to be considered. And the same way as you go on with other Aimma of Hadith, Imam Bayhaqi and Imam Tabarani, and you go on Imam Bazzar but you will see hundreds of Imams of Hadith and even Sahibul Mishkat, Imam Khatib Tabarezi. Hundreds of Imams of Hadith and Imams of Fiqh and their students, they belong to non-Arab world. That's why Holy Prophet ﷺ stated, La fadla li Arabiyyin ala ajamiyyin. This was one of the reasons which only Prophet's eyes could see and nobody else could see. He could see lot many things when he was saying these words. One was the negation of the tribal superiority, the wrong concept of tribal superiority. One reason was the negation of this idea. But at the other hand, he was saying that there is no superiority available to any Arab over non-Arab and non-Arab. This depends upon what service do you render to Islam. So, first of all, you should remove. This is your primary duty when you go back. You have to fight against this wrong complex of inferiority. And one reason which I can understand why this complex was spread. Why was this complex put in the minds of the younger generation? You people. The reason is that the people belonging to this part of the world, they are emotional. The Pakistani people, the Bangladeshi, the Indian, this part of the world is emotional, sentimental, temperamentally. Temperament-wise, this part of the world, people belong to here, they are emotional, sentimental. As compared to the Western world and the other world. Since these are emotional and sentimental people, so they would be emotional, if they go to bad side, they would be emotional to go to good side. So they are emotional in their attachment with Islam, attachment with Holy Prophet ﷺ, love with Holy Prophet, and they practice. Whenever they start practicing and celebrating their love to Holy Prophet, they celebrate it in a very emotional and very cordial and very sentimental way, which creates quite a good sense of attachment to the people. It gives a good message. They sacrifice many things. So the basic reason behind it, that to cut this link of emotionality and sentimentality, to cut down this link and to weaken this link of love, this link and relationship of emotional and sentimental relationship with Holy Prophet ﷺ and with Ahlul Bayt and with Sahaba and with Awliya and with Islam, to rationalize each and every aspect of Islam, to rationalize. Rationalization is, as far as one aspect is concerned, is a good attempt. But on the other hand, these rational movements, if they take away the emotionality and sentimentality from your heart, it becomes a very damaging. It causes death to your iman. Because the basis of iman is hubb, is love. The basis of iman is love. And then extreme love. وَالَّذِينَ آمَنُوا أَشَدُّ حُبًّا لِلَّهِ. The moment people are extreme in love with Almighty Allah. This is Quran. They are extreme in love with Almighty Allah. This is the characteristic of a mu'min mentioned by Holy Quran. In the same way, the mu'min are extreme in love with Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and they are extreme in love with Islam and Jihad and other institutions. So this is the basic thing which you have already to keep. From the same story, the word Milad. In the Western world, normally in the Arab world and Western world, the word Maulid is known. And as people think as if word Maulid is Arabic and Islamic world, and Milad is some Pakistani thing. Milad is a Pakistani word. So this is absolutely wrong and rubbish allegation, rubbish. That's why I gave you the reference of Imam Tirmizi that day. Kitabul Manaqib, second chapter of Kitabul Manaqib, Babu ma ja'a fi miladin Nabi. That's why I quoted this reference with very specific reason. So Milad, don't think this is a Pakistani word or Urdu word. No. This is an Arab word. Like Maulid. This is from Walad, Walada, Walid, Walida, Maulud, Maulid, Milad, Mutawallad. All these words are Arabic words. Nothing is Urdu. What is Urdu? Our Pakistani language. It doesn't have its own origin. This is an army of various languages. Collection of various languages. So there are Arabic words in Urdu, there are Persian words, there are Turkish words, there are Hindi words. Various languages. This is a mixture of various languages, Urdu. It has no more a long history of its own collection. So there are thousands of words used in Pakistani language, Urdu language, and they are primarily the Arabic words. And Milad is one of them. So the word Milad is also used in Arab world. But the word Maulid is more prevalent, no doubt. Maulid is more prevalent. And Mawalid, Maulud, Mawalid, Al-Maulid al-Nabawi, the same way Al-Milad al-Nabawi. So all these words are used in Arab. So Milad is an Arab word. The first reference I have already given to you is Tirmizi. Sunan Tirmizi, you have already got this reference from Kitabul Manaqib, Babu ma ja'a fi miladin Nabi. Again the same chapter has been found by Imam Tabari, Tahir-ul-Qadri wal Muluk, and Imam Ibn Kathir, Al-Bidayah wa Nihaya uses this word, and Imam Shaybani, Babu ma ja'a fi miladin Nabi. All these words and caption has been used by all these Aimma of Hadith. And then this word milad has been used in the text of hadith of Holy Prophet ﷺ also. This is in the text of hadith also. And this word milad was used by the companions themselves. By the companions. This is not the case that only Aima of hadith have made some captions and chapters. No, the text of hadith also contains the word milad. Very senior companions used this word. Ibn Sa'd uses this word in Tabaqat-ul-Kubra. Imam Suyuti uses this word in Al-Khasa'is-ul-Kubra. Imam Halabi uses this word and caption in As-Siratul-Halabiyya. Imam Ibn Asakir uses this word in Tarikh, his Tarikh Ibn Asakir, Damashq al-Kabir. Even Imam Asqalani uses this word in Fathul Bari, the great muhaddis, authority on ulum hadith. Ibn Hajar Asqalani, Fathul Bari, volume 6, page 557. He says, فَإِنَّهُ وُلِدَ بَعْدَ مِيلَادِ النَّبِيِّ صَلَّى اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وَسَلَّمَ. These are the words of Imam Asqalani. He was born after Miladun Nabi. He doesn't say after Mawlidun Nabi. No, I am just quoting. All these are the books are here. I just give you the reference. Sometime I read from the books so that this becomes your reading in a traditional, conventional way, like Ijaza and Qira and Riwaya. So Imam Asqalani uses this word. And it is in hadith about various Sahaba, kana aqdamu fil miladi min Rasulillah. He had his milad before Holy Prophet's birth. So this word is not, I don't think that either now in Arab world, no, this is has been used by the companions, by Sahaba. And Imam Ibn Sa'd and Imam Tabari says that there are baina miladi Isa wan Nabi alayhi salam 500 sana wa 69 sana. Between milad of Holy Prophet and milad of Sayyidina Isa there is that much period. So word milad is used in the books of history, in the books of hadith, and there are many hadiths which for example in Tirmizi and Tabari, and that Sayyidina Usman Ghani, Hazrat Usman narrates, and Hazrat Abbas and some other companion, somebody asked that who is older, you or Holy Prophet? Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, who is older? Sayyidina Usman bin Affan radiyallahu ta'ala anhu is narrating this word. Who is the older? He said, فَقَالَ رَسُولُ اللَّهِ صَلَّى اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وَسَلَّمَ أَكْبَرُ مِنِّي وَأَنَا أَقْدَمُ مِنْهُ فِي الْمِيلَادِ. Holy Prophet is bigger than me, but I was born before him. This is the adab, respect and reverence. This question was very simple. Who is older? He would have said that me. That's it. But he answering, this is their level of adab. He says, Huwa akbaru, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam akbaru minni. He is bigger than me. Wa ana aqdamu minhu fil milad. But I was just born before him. So I was telling the thing that this word milad is used in our text of hadith. These are fitna. And the reasons behind this fitna is to create in the minds of the younger generations so that they become cut off from their roots and origins. To cut them off from their roots and origins. And whatever they get from any scholar who belongs to Pakistan. Oh, this is Pakistani ma'am, they know nothing. This is just a fitna, a very big, great conspiracy. Big intrigue and conspiracy against Islam, Aqeedah of younger generation, against the Aqeedah of love, respect and reverence of Holy Prophet. So there is, keep in your mind, there is no difference in Aqeedah or terminology or words, no difference between the Arab world and Indian and Pakistani world. Something there may be of cultural nature, they may be different from country to country. Cultural things may be different, no problem in that. So this is one thing which occurred to me, so I wanted to make it clear. The same thing was like Mehfil Naat. Don't they think you heard there, they said this is Pakistani activity and Pakistani convention, as if it has nothing to do in Islam and Arabic culture. Don't you hear these things? Ji? Mehfil Naat. Do you remember in my last lecture I told you that there were many companions of Holy Prophets who were Holy Prophets Naat Khan, as if there was a Naat council. Yani, so big number. I gave you for 5-6 names of companions, but today I have brought for you 33 names of companions who were Naat Khan. How many? 33 companions, and they were Naat Khan. Have you ever heard this thing? And this is the full list of the companions who were Naat Khan. They can give you can have a copy of that for your notes. Starting from Hazrat Abbas bin Abdul Muttalib, Hazrat Hamza, and other Holy Prophets' uncle, Hazrat Abu Talib, Hazrat Abu Bakr, Hazrat Umar, Hazrat Usman, Hazrat Ali, all of them were Naat Khan. They wrote Naats. And the Sayyidah Fatimatu Zahra, Holy Prophet Safiya bint Abdul Muttalib, Abu Sufyan bin Haris, Abdullah bin Rawaha, Kaab bin Malik Ansari, Hassan bin Sabit, Zuhair bin Sud al-Jushami, Umar bin Malik, Abbas bin Mirdas, Kaab bin Zuhair. He wrote a Qasida Banat Su'ad, 59 couplets of Naat. Hazrat Qurra bin Hubayra, Abdullah bin Zib'ari, Abu Izza al-Jumai, Qutayla bin Nasr, Hazrat Bakr bin Wail, Malik bin Namat, Anas bin Zunaim, Usaid bin Salama, Malik bin Saad al-Nasri, Qais bin Bahad, Amr bin Subay, Amr bin Salim, Kulayb bin Usaid, Nabiqa Ja'di, Mazin bin al-Ghaduba. He is buried in Muscat, near Muscat, Oman. Hazrat Ashi al-Mazni, Hazrat Fudala al-Laysi. 33 companion Sahaba, they were Naat Khan of Holy Prophet. They were poets and they wrote Naats and used to recite the Naats of Holy Prophet. Now, whenever there is a mehfil of Naat and you find the Naat thing, they said this is Indian matter and Pakistani matter. So they are great fitna people who say these things. And our younger generation accept because they are suffering from this inferiority complex on the name of Pakistan and India. Reasons you know better, I have explained to you. Now coming to the next point. You know, in our last lecture, Bihamdillah Ta'ala, we have discussed the celebration and rejoicing, the legal and religious position of rejoicing and celebration of Milad from Holy Quran and from references of Ahadith. Then the convening of various mehfils and meetings and conventions and majalis and mehfils for Milad. I gave references and Sunnah of Holy Prophet and the companions. Then speeches on the subject of Milad. I gave you Ahadith on each and every aspect. Speeches on the personal superiority of the Holy Prophet ﷺ and his characteristics, other than something different than mentioning of his seerah and his conduct and moral behavior and teachings, just concentrating on his personal spiritual high esteem and position. So subject, I discussed this. These are various elements of Milad celebration. This is the thing which I want to make clear. These are various elements of Milad celebrations or Mawlid celebrations. Various elements of Mawlid celebration or Milad celebration. And then reciting Naat, recitation of Naats and Madai and Qasaid of Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and then Salat and Salam. One more important element or a constituent element of Milad celebration was left, and that is Qiyam. when we recite Salam o Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, or we read Maulud. Now today you will know the Imams of Hadith and all references how the Millat celebrations used to occur in the Arabic world and Islamic history. To know that all these allegations are such rubbish and it's so much lie and fitna allegations, just to say that this is something concocted by Pakistani and Indian scholars. Nothing. So the last element which on this subject which I want to make, that was, and the mahafils and bakhurs and all things. And now the Qiyam, the standing up. The basic thing which I want to explain on this subject is that there are some people who say, just they talk about Qiyam, this is wrong. Qiyam is just specified and confined to the worship of Almighty Allah. Qiyam means it is a worship. So this is shirk. Why do you Qiyam for Holy Prophet? Qiyam is for Allah. First of all, let us take this question. Question is that if Qiyam is for Allah, then whom is Qu'ud for? Sitting. Qu'ud is also for Allah. And lying down is also for Allah. Only Qiyam is not, you can say, a form for a worship. Qu'ud and lying down also, Allah says, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem, Alladhina yadhkuruna Allaha qiyaman wa qu'udan wa ala junubihim. Those who do Allah's zikr, who perform Allah's zikr and remember Almighty Allah while standing and sitting and lying down on their beds. So it means then all things, if Qiyam is for Allah and you do Qiyam for Holy Prophet, it becomes a shirk. Then if you sit for anyone, it will also become a shirk. Sitting is also shirk. You should just hang in the, yourself in the, yeah. Sitting, Qiyamam wa Qu'udan, the same place, same verse. It mentions three conditions, three positions. If the position of Qiyam is for Allah, the same verse says wa Qu'udan, and position of sitting is for Allah. And lying down also for Allah. So don't go to bed after listening this verse. Neither Qiyam nor sitting nor everything for Allah. What has been left for you? So these are wrong derivations, wrong inferences, misuse of the words, wrong applications. Every condition is for Allah and every condition cannot be for Allah. It depends upon your niyyah. If you are doing Qiyam for the niyyah of ibadah, then this is Qiyamul Ibadah. Then it would be, if it is for anybody else, it would be shirk. And if it is just Qiyam for Ta'zeem, not for Ibadah, and we have already discussed and studied the subject of difference between Ibadah and Ta'zeem in details. If it is not for Ibadah, for Ta'zeem, then there should be no problem. And what is the formation and constitution of prayer? You first of all do Qiyam. And what do you do after Ruku and Sujood? Don't you do Qu'ud? Qa'da. Don't you say Qa'da? This is Qiyam. This is Qawma. This is Ruku. This is Sujood. And now the final thing, this is Qa'da, Jalsa and Qa'da. Then you sit in your prayer. Then finally you go for Salam. So if Qiyam is a part of the Salat, so Qa'da, Qu'ud is also a part of Salat. Why you pick one and leave the other? Why you choose one thing for shirk and bid'ah and you leave and grant leave to other? Are you going to create differences and categories and levels in prayer? If you are doing Qiyam for Almighty Allah, whom do you are doing Qu'ud for in your prayer? Are you doing Qa'da for somebody else? Qiyam is for Allah and Qu'ud is also for Allah. And keep in your mind that Qu'ud is a condition of prayer it is a condition of ibadah and a significant obligatory part of prayer. Obligatory part of prayer. And in this obligatory part of prayer, Qu'ud, Almighty Allah has included Durood and Salam on His Prophet in His prayer. In this obligatory part. So it means that these conditions which are for Almighty Allah and for Allah in sense of ibadah and for Holy Prophet in sense of ta'zeem. So this is the first point. Another point, some people say, for example, if you stand like this, putting your hands in the prayer position for anyone, for respect, Western world, and some people they would say, oh, astaghfirullah al-azim, this is ibadah. You are standing like ibadah, praying. They don't know that if standing like this is ibadah, what do you say about the Maliki people? They say you should leave your hands open. So the modern Maliki world, whole Maliki Muslims, they pray with irsalul yadain. They don't put their hands or hands, they stand like this. Now what do you say? If Maliki come, we should do like this. If there are Hanafis and Shafis, we should do like this. This is a joke with Islam. What are you doing? If this pressing hand over hand, if this position is for ibadah, then according to Maliki fiqh and Ja'fari fiqh, according to Ja'fari traditions and according to Maliki tradition, irsalul yadain, not placing hands, leaving open, this is the part of Qiyam. So then what should be done? Those who are standing like this, they are also doing shirk according to Maliki view. So all these things are nonsense. These are not academic things. Lack of knowledge, lack of competency and depth. Keep in your mind, none of these positions is ibadah. And none of these positions cannot be shirk. Without niyyah. Innamal a'malu bin niyyat. Whether you are putting your hands like this standing or you are standing like this, it doesn't make any difference. Depends upon whether this is, keep in your mind, the condition of hands is not part of Qiyam. Condition of hands is not the part of Qiyam, is just Qiyam. According to Sharia and fiqh, the classical fiqh, strictly speaking, this is not the compulsory part of Qiyam. Qiyam is just standing. This is something extra, sunnah. Even if as Hanafi, we don't, or Shafi'i, or Hanbali, we don't put our hands like here, even then Qiyam would be accepted in fiqh. Qiyam is something independent. It has an independent identity, an entity, without reference to the placing of hand or leaving the hand. So if you adopt these positions with intention of ibadah, motive of ibadah, then new question would arise. Whether this is ibadah for Allah or shirk for anybody. And if there is no intention of ibadah, this is just a respect. That's it. Now third thing, now you may come to the subject as a respect, whether this is permissible to stand for ta'zeem or not. Standing is permissible after being clear on the subject of shirk and ibadah. Now another question arises whether it is permissible or sunnah. So I am giving each and every aspect. We are not trying to just prove through arguments. We are establishing directly through ahadith, positively through ahadith, so that everything gets its origin and basis in sunnah. So Qiyam for other people is also sunnah. And there may be many causes and reasons of Qiyam. But this is also sunnah. And after going through various ahadith, studying and analyzing the ahadith of Holy Prophet and Sunnah, I have come to the conclusion and I have made 7 kinds of Qiyam. After going through various ahadith, which I will mention now, I will quote. So I have categorized the Qiyam into 7 kinds. This is just a division based on hadith, nothing new. But I have made this for your easiness, to make the subject more systematic and easily understandable. The first kind is Qiyam Istiqbal, the Qiyam standing for reception. Second is Qiyam Muhabbat, Qiyamul Muhabba, Qiyam standing for love, rendering and showing love for someone. One is showing respect to someone, other is showing love. He may be your younger children. You can show your love and stand for your even children. Small kids of 3, 4, 5, 6 years, they come and you stand up with love for them. This is Qiyam al-Hubb, Qiyam al-Muhabba. Third is Qiyam al-Farha. This is Qiyam and standing out of joy and happiness, pleasure, out of happiness. You get pleased with someone, you get happy, and this is the Qiyam of happiness. Fourth is Qiyam al-Ta'zim, Qiyam al-Ta'zim, out of respect, out of respect and reverence. Now you would ask, maybe you may ask, what is the difference between Qiyamul Istiqbal and Qiyamul Ta'zim? It is very clear and obvious. Istiqbal is reception. It is not important that the reception is just because of Ta'zim. You are receiving, for example, for people coming for wedding. You are receiving your guests. So this is an Istiqbal. Any kind of guest. This is standing for reception. And this is Ta'zim, your teacher, your Shaykh, and so on and so forth. And Zikr, and Holy Quran, and for Sunnah, giving respect, you can stand, and for Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam too, and for Awliya and Shuyukh. This is fourth category. And fifth is Qiyam, this is standing for respect of human beings after their death even. Respect of humanity, your respect of human body, respect of funeral, just a respect because of the human being. Qiyamul Ikramil Insani, Qiyamul Ikramil Insani. And the sixth category I have made Qiyamul Zikr, Alladhina yadhkuruna Allah qiyama. You do zikr while standing. You recite Holy Quran in majalis standing. You do your speech standing, dars of Quran standing, Qiyamul Zikr. You recite Naat standing, Qiyamul Zikr. And seventh, Qiyamul Salam, Qiyamul Taslim, Qiyamul Taslim, while Salat and Salam. So this is again standing for Salat and Salam. And the Qiyam of Salat, Salam, this is combination of many things. This is Qiyam of Muhabba, this is Qiyam of Farha, this is Qiyam of Ta'zim, this is Qiyam of Zikr, and this is Qiyam of Salat and Salam, Taslim. This is just combination of many categories. So this is the brief categorization of the Qiyam. Now I'll give you just references speedily. The first hadith is reported by Hazrat Abu Sa'id Khudri radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. When there was a problem in a tribe, Ahlul Qurayza, in the tribe of Qurayza. In fact, they had rejected and denied accepting the command of their Amir. So Holy Prophet ﷺ went there to settle the matter. He was sitting there and he sent somebody and called for Sa'd bin Mu'az, their Amir, one of the Amir of Qabila Qurayza. He sent for Sa'd bin Mu'az. This Sa'd bin Mu'az radiyallahu ta'ala anhu came on Holy Prophet ﷺ call. And Holy Prophet ﷺ said, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, Sami'tu Aba Umama Qala Sami'tu Aba Sa'idin al-Khudri radiyallahu anhu Yaqulu Nazala Ahlu Qurayza Ala Hukm Sa'd ibn Mu'az. I have explained to you that this is that they had already denied to accept his command. فَأَرْسَلَ النَّبِيُّ صَلَّى اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وَسَلَّمَ إِلَى سَعْدٍ. He called for him. فَأَتَى عَلَى حِمَارٍ. So he came there on Holy Prophet's call on a donkey. That was the story. فَلَمَّا دَنَا مِنَ الْمَسْجِدِ. When he came near to the mosque, قَالَ لِلْأَنصَارِ. All people belonging to Ansar, Banu Qurayza, who were sitting with Holy Prophet ﷺ, Holy Prophet said to them, not to one or two persons, no, not to any specific one, no. Qala lil Ansar, all people of Banu Qurayza tribe Ansar. Holy Prophet ordered and commanded them, Qumu ila sayyidikum. You should stand for your leader. And the other word of Sahih Bukhari is Aw khayrikum. You should stand for the man who is better among you. So this word khayrikum directly indicates that this was the Qiyam of Istiqbal or Qiyam of respect, Ta'zim. This was Qiyam of Ta'zim and Qiyam of Istiqbal. فَقَالَ هَؤُلَاءِ نَزَلُوا عَلَى حُكْمِكَ. Holy Prophet said, but they have denied to accept your command. That's why Holy Prophet gave this order to them to indicate that I want you to respect his command. This is hadith. Reference is Sahih Bukhari, Kitabul Maghazi, Babu Marja'in Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam min al-Ahzab. And one chapter before this chapter, in this Kitabul Maghazi chapter, adjacent to chapter, one chapter before this, that is regarding the Ghazwatul Ahzab, the same. Ghazwatul Khandak, Babu Ghazwatil Khandak Wahiyal Ahzab. So let me tell, I gave you that the Prophet ﷺ used to sit in the sitting mahfil of Naat, and the companions, the Naat Khan, they used to recite the Naat of Holy Prophet. Now here is a hadith where Holy Prophet ﷺ himself recited his Naat. And he enjoyed. So reciting of Naat is Sunnah and listening of Naat is Sunnah. This is the same Kitabul Maghazi, Babu Ghazwatil Khandak, chapter number 31. Chapter number 31. And the first reference which I have given, that chapter number was 32. Chapter number 32. Reference for the standing, Qiyam for respect and Qiyam for reception. Here, this hadith has been narrated by قال سمعت البراء بن عازب رضي الله تعالى عنه يحدث قال لما, you read it, run with me, قال لما كان يوم الأحزاب. This was the day of trench. وخندق رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. He was digging the trench. رأيته ينقل من تراب الخندق. The companion says that I saw with my own eyes Holy Prophet ﷺ was also digging the trench and he was removing the dust. from there. Hatta wara anil ghubaru jildata batnihi wa kana kasiru shar fasami'tuhu yartajizu. Yes, read it. Kana kasiru shar fasami'tuhu. Read. Sami'tuhu yartajizu bikalimat ibn Rawaha. The Naat of Holy Prophet ﷺ, which Abdullah bin Rawaha had written. Holy Prophet ﷺ was digging the trench and he himself was reciting and repeating the word, the couplets of Naat of Abdullah bin Rawaha. He himself was reciting. He said, I heard. وَيَنْقُلُ مِنَ التُّرَابِ يَقُولُ اللَّهُمَّ لَوْلَا أَنْتَ مَهْتَدَيْنَا. Holy Prophet was reciting, repeating the words, وَلَا تَصَدَّقْنَا وَلَا صَلَّيْنَا فَأَنْزِلًا سَكِينَةً عَلَيْنَا وَثَبِّتِ الْأَقْدَامَ إِنْ لَاقَيْنَا. وَقَالَ ثُمَّ يَمُدُّ صَوْتَهُ بِآخِرِهَا. When he reached to the second couplet, he raised his voice. Holy Prophet raised his voice. Subhanallah, Subhanallah. Sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam. So this was the reference about that. The same Sahih Bukhari, another reference. Kitabul-Istizan, same hadith. Now some people say, they write and they say that no, he was not feeling well. Hazrat Sa'd bin Mu'az was ill. So he orders, Holy Prophet asked some of the people to go and help him getting down. So I think there is no point to think on these lines to think. This would be absolutely irrelevant. Because if he was not feeling well and he ordered the people to help him getting down, so how many people should be ordered? 1, 2, 3 to help. If somebody is not feeling well and one asks the other people to help him getting down, how many people should be sent for this purpose? How many? Only 1 or 2 or 3 go and help him coming down to bring here. Holy Prophet ﷺ says, وَقَالَ لِلْأَنصَارِ قُومُوا إِلَىٰ سَيِّدِكُمْ. He ordered all people belonging to the tribe of Ansar, Lil Ansar, all of them. So is there any relevance to think that this was not matter of respect and reception? It was matter of helping an ill man. That's wrong. Against the text and context of the hadith in his words. So Bukhari Kitabul-Istizan, again Muslim Kitabul Jihad, Sahih Muslim. Sunan Abi Dawood Kitabul Adab, same hadith. Imam Nasai As-Sunanul Kubra, Ibn Hibban in his Sahih, all these books of hadith of Siyasitta and other carry this, report this hadith Sahih. I will give you just one reference for each to just make it clear this is Qiyam al-Ta'zim or this is Qiyam al-Istiqbal. Again, Qiyam al-Farha, I told you. The Qiyam standing because of joy and happiness. Akramah radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. On the day of conquest of Mecca, he had run away from there and he had gone to Yemen. Then his wife played a very good role, made a good attempt, tried to convince him to embrace Islam, and she succeeded. So finally she got him to embrace Islam. And after becoming Muslim, embracing Islam, Hazrat Akramah came back to Holy Prophet. She brought him. He came to Holy Prophet ﷺ. When Holy Prophet ﷺ saw him, this is the hadith. And who is this Akrama? Son of Abu Jahl. Son of Abu Jahl. And a very famous companion of Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. فَلَمَّا بَلَغَ بَابَ رَسُولِ اللَّهِ صَلَّى اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وَسَلَّمَ اسْتَبْشَرَ وَوَصَبَ لَهُ رَسُولُ اللَّهِ صَلَّى اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وَسَلَّمَ قَائِمًا عَلَى رِجْلَيْهِ فَرِحًا بِقُدُومِهِ. So Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam got up for him. When he arrived Holy Prophet's door, he got up, stood for him, got up for him. He received him, stood for him, stood up for him, got up for him, received him, and showed his happiness and pleasure on embracing of Islam. So this is Qiyamul Farah. He would have continued sitting, let him come. He would have come, he would have sit in Holy Prophet's company, and he would have congratulated him. Islam is not just this kind of a dry religion, without, absolutely free of the human feelings and free of moral etiquettes, maazallah, astaghfirullah. What kind of deen some people want to make it? Against human feelings, human fitra. So this is the Holy Prophet ﷺ got up out of joy and pleasure. So this is again Qiyam for someone because of his happiness. So this is Hakim Mustadrak, volume 3, page 269. Zikru Manaqib Akrama bin Abi Jahl. This is the chapter. Istiqbal, standing in Qiyam for happiness and reception. And this hadith is reported by Ummul Mumineen Hadrat Aisha radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. Again the word Hadrat in England and Western world, this is thought as if this is a Pakistani word. No, nothing. This is purely Arabic word, and it is very, very commonly used in Arab world. But the only difference is that Pakistani people pronounce it in Zuad. In Arabic it is Duad. They say Hadra. Hadratukum, Janabukum, all these words are Arabic words. Hadratukum, Huzur, Al-Hudur, Al-Hadra, all these words are Arabic words. So Aisha Siddiqa radiyallahu ta'ala anha, she says, and this, that Zayd bin Harisa came to Medina. And Hazrat Aisha radiyallahu ta'ala anha says that when Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was sitting in my room, in my house, in my hujra, he was sitting over there. And when Zayd bin Harisa came to the door, and Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam heard about him, and he came to know that he had come. Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam got up. He did Qiyam for him. This was Qiyam of Istiqbal and Qiyam of Farha, and received him. So Imam Tirmizi in Kitabul Istizan wal Adab. So Imam Tirmizi has placed this hadith in Islamic etiquettes. So standing for somebody, someone else, is included in Islamic and Sunnah etiquettes. So Imam Tirmizi has included this hadith in Kitabul Istizan, getting permission of entering in any house, Istizan. Wal Adab, and Adab. So Zayd bin Harisa, he is doing Istizan, getting permission to enter. Holy Prophet ﷺ standing for him to receive and showing his love. He is again giving this sunnah of adab. Adab means adab, the etiquette. The sunnah of etiquette, to receive, to stand for someone, to receive and to show love and happiness for him. قالت عن عائشة رضي الله تعالى عنها عن عائشة رضي الله عنها قالت قدم زيد بن حارثة المدينة ورسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم في بيتي فأتاه فقرع الباب فقام إليه رسول الله. So Holy Prophet ﷺ got up for him, stood. He did Qiyam for him. Chapter is Fil Mu'anaka wal Qubla. Embracing and kissing. Kissing is also Sunnah of Holy Prophet ﷺ. Kissing is also Sunnah of Holy Prophets. And there are again same kind of categories of kissing. Al-Qubla, At-Taqbil, kissing. So kissing is for respect. Kissing can be for love. Kissing can be for joy and happiness. Kissing can be for love, for affection, for respect and reverence. All of these categories can come. And the same is practiced in every society. So Holy Prophet ﷺ فَأَعْتَنَقَهُ وَقَبَّلَهُ. So he embraced him and he kissed him. He embraced him and he kissed him, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And then next hadith, let me tell, Imam Tirmizi has fixed the next chapter, and that is Babu ma ja'a fi qublatil yadi war rijl. When you do these things, so some jahil people, mutaassib people, fitna people, and I am sure I am saying categorically, they have no depth of Islamic knowledge, but they pose as if they have. They just pose. This is just a wrong posture. They never go through all these books of hadiths. They have no knowledge, no direct access to these hadiths. They just learn few hadiths on specific subjects and verses from their teachers. And they go to Arab world and get the Arab language. And thus used Arabic language as a tool of misguiding the people. Tool of exploitation. When you kiss your sheikh, your teacher, your qaid or other spiritual people, kiss their hands, they say, Astaghfirullah, this is against Sunnah. Did you hear this one? And this is Bid'ah. And again they say this is a Pakistani culture. Imam Tirmizi is a Pakistani Imam. I think Imam Tirmizi has been appointed as Imam in some mosque in Lahore or India. Where does he live? This is Siyasitta. Imam Bukhari has fixed a chapter. Imam Bukhari may also be regarded as a Pakistani man. He has fixed a chapter in his book Al-Adabul Mufrad. Same thing. Ma ja'a fi takbil al-yad war rijl. Kissing of hands and feet. Not only kissing of hands. Same thing. Ma ja'a fi takbil al-yad war rijl. Kissing of hands and feet. Not only kissing of hands. If kissing of hands is a Pakistani act, then what would we say about kissing of feet? They should go to some other far country. Kissing of hands and feet. This is the chapter of Tirmizi Sharif, which Imam Bukhari has fixed. Bab, chapter number 33. This is Kitabul Istizan wal Adab. And chapter number 33. And the caption heading is Babu Ma Ja'a fi Qublatil Yadi war Rijl. Say with me. Ma Ja'a fi Qublatil Yadi war Rijl. So this is hadith. Imam Tirmizi says, Qala faqabbalu yadayhi wa rijlayhi. Faqala nashhadu annaka nabiyyun sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Even they says that Yahud, the Jews, appeared in front of Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and they made shahada. They declared that we be a witness that you are the true prophet and messenger of Almighty Allah. So Imam Tirmizi said, they kissed the hands of Holy Prophet ﷺ and feet of Holy Prophet ﷺ. Now here a question can be raised. Maybe some jahil of ilm of hadith, jahil from ilm of hadith may say that this is an act of Yahud. How can we make this a compulsory evidence? It would be, I would say, Astaghfirullah al-Azim. Sunnat is of three kinds. Sunnah taqriri, Sunnah qawli, Sunnah fi'li, and Sunnah taqriri. If Holy Prophet ﷺ says and utters something from his mouth, it is Sunnah qawli. If he himself performs something, conducts, this becomes Sunnah fi'li. And if somebody else performs anything in front of him, and here is not something being performed in front of him, rather with him, his hands and feet are being kissed, and he doesn't prohibit them, doesn't abstain them from it, doesn't prohibit them to do so, doesn't forbid them to do so. He remains silent and quiet. So this is known as Sunnah taqriri and Hadith taqriri. So when Holy Prophet ﷺ hands and feet are kissed, if this is not permissible, why Holy Prophet is allowing them to kiss his hands and feet? This is Sunnah of Holy Prophet ﷺ. Number one. And number two, that's why Imam Tirmizi has brought this hadith as evidence in Siyasitta, in Sunan Tirmizi, in Islamic adab and Sunnah adab of Sunnah. That's why he has taken this hadith as a dalil, as an evidence in his book. فَقَبَّلُوا يَدَيْهِ وَرِجِلَيْهِ. This is Imam Bukhari, Al-Adab al-Mufrad, on the same subject. He has again made a chapter, Babu Taqbil al-Yad. Imam Bukhari's chapter, Al-Adab al-Mufrad. Imam Bukhari on Islamic etiquettes. Imam Bukhari on Sunnah etiquettes. Morals of Islam, etiquettes of Islam, manners of Islam. Islamic manners, Imam Bukhari. First chapter, chapter number 444. Chapter number 444. And hadith number 972 and 73 and 74. 972, 73 and 74. So Imam Bukhari has reported 3 ahadith on Taqbilul Yad, kissing of hands. Imam Bukhari. So hadith has been reported, first hadith by Hazrat Abdullah ibn Umar radiyallahu anhu. So they say, Kharajan Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam in Salat al-Fajr. There were some people who came back from some war, some battlefield. Qulna nahnu al-fararun. Qala antum akkarun. Faqabbalna yadahu. Read the words. Faqabbalna yadahu. The companions are saying, so we kissed hands of Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So this is hadith by Imam Bukhari. Again, second hadith on Taqbil. And Salma bin Aqwa is the reporter. Salma bin Aqwa radiyallahu anha. And third hadith, An ibn Jud'an qala sabit li Anas. Anas bin Malik radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. He asked, Amasastan Nabiyya sallallahu alayhi wa sallam biyadik? Asked, faqala Amasastan Nabiyya sallallahu alayhi wa sallam biyadika? And he qala Thabit li Anas bin Malik. And the Thabit asked Hazrat Anas bin Malik, did you ever touched Holy Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam's hand? He asked. Did you ever get a chance to touch his hands? He said, yes. Qala naam. Faqabbalaha. Not only touched, I kissed hands of Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This Imam Bukhari has given 3 of these. And next chapter, number 445. 445 chapter. Imam Bukhari has Babu Taqbilir Rijl. Kissing of feet. Now tell me, what is left now? Is there any degree or grade or form of respect and reverence is left? Now the Qiyam is a higher thing, and kissing the feet is a higher thing for respect. Which one is higher? This is an extreme. You do Qiyam for many people. But you don't kiss the feet. You may kiss the hands of many people, but you don't kiss the feet of many people. And what position you have to adopt while kissing the feet? Tell me. While standing, can you kiss the feet of someone standing? Take his legs and pull towards you and let him fall down and then kiss his feet. Because I can't bend down, this would become shirk and against ibadah. I can't bend down. I want to kiss your feet, but I can't bend down because I am a muwahid. I can't do shirk. So pull his legs and feet and then standing kisses. Let it happen what happens. No. If you want to kiss the feet, what position and posture would you adopt? Tell me. Qiyam? Qu'ud? Jalsa? No. Like sajda. If you kiss the feet, your posture would be similar to sajda. So what did the companions did sajda to holy prophets? Never. So Imam Bukhari has reported this again. He says, there was a delegate. We came to Holy Prophet ﷺ to see him, and people told us, this is Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. فَأَخَذْنَا بِيَدَيْهِ وَرِجْلَيْهِ نُقَبِّلُهَا. Now the words, they have very specific meanings. فَأَخَذْنَا بِيَدَيْهِ وَرِجْلَيْهِ نُقَبِّلُهَا. If words were that قَبَّلْنَا هُ بِيَدَيْهِ وَرِجْلَيْهِ, if they had said, or they had said قَبَّلْنَا يَدَيْهِ وَرِجْلَيْهِ, so then it would have meant that we kissed his hands and feet. We kissed his hands and feet. Words are فَأَخَذْنَا, we hold his hands and feet. We hold his hands and, so we got hold of his hands and feet, and what did we do? نُقَبِّلُهَا, we went on kissing. We went on kissing. This is the meaning. Not only kissed, we continued kissing while holding his hands and feet. This is the meaning of the words of hadith. Did Holy Prophet ﷺ allow them or not? So the words are that أن جدها الواضع بنا مرقالا قدمنا, we went there, we arrived there. فقيل ذاك رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. These are فأخذنا بيديه ورجليه نقبلها. So this is the meaning, that we hold his hands, holy hands and feet, and went on kissing them. So he gave that kind of permission. And then Imam Bukhari, this is for Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Next hadith that Imam Bukhari has brought, this is the acts for ta'zim, act of qiyam, an act of takbir and kissing. Imam Bukhari brings another hadith, hadith number 976, under the same chapter, takbirul rijl, kissing of feet. Imam Bukhari brings another. An Suhaib radiyallahu anhu, qala ra'aytu aliyan. Now that was the kissing of the feet of Holy Prophet and hands of Holy Prophet. Now here is kissing of hands and feet of somebody else. Qala, Suhaib narrates, qala ra'aytu aliyan. Say, qala an Suhaibin, qala ra'aytu aliyan radiyallahu anhu yuqabbilu yadal Abbas warijlayhi. He says that I saw Sayyidina Ali radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, he was kissing the hands and feet of Hazrat Abbas bin Abdul Muttalib, uncle of Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Holy Prophet's uncle, Hazrat Ali, and he was his uncle too. So I saw Hazrat Ali kissing the hands and feet of Hazrat Abbas bin Abdul Muttalib. Are you clear? Now coming to the subject under discussion, Qiyam lit Ta'zim and Qiyam lil Istiqbal. Next chapter, Imam Bukhari has brought Qiyam lit Ta'zim. So this is Aqidah of Imam Bukhari, Imam Muslim, Imam Tirmidhi, all Aimma of Hadith. It is strange to say that this is Pakistani Aqidah and Indian Aqidah. What kind of jahala, illiteracy, ignorance and lack of knowledge. And they allege that these people have no knowledge of Islam. Next chapter number 446. That's why I read the things for you and ask you to read with me, so that it becomes a riwayah and sima and qiraat also. Moreover, you may know that the hadith books are here and being read in front of us. Now nobody can deny. Chapter number 446. Babu Qiyamir Rajuli Lir Rajuli Ta'ziman. Al-Adabul Mufrad. Same Imam Bukhari. I'm not giving references of any lesser man of lesser status and lesser caliber. This is Imam Bukhari. He said, Babu Qiyamir Rajuli Lir Rajuli Ta'ziman. Standing of a man for other man for ta'zim, for respect. Let me tell another thing. When you discuss the matter of Qiyam, this is a very technical thing for ulama and shuyukh also. When you discuss the matter of Qiyam and give hadith Qumu li Sayyid ila Sayyidikum and this and that, some people start giving hadith when Holy Prophet ﷺ asked companion once not to stand for me. Nafiyu Qiyam al-Istiqbal. Some people put this matter into the discussion or debate of Nafiyul Qiyam al-Istiqbal. Nafiyu Qiyam Admu Qiyam al-Istiqbal, that once he prohibited them for standing for Istiqbal, but reason was not to prohibit from Istiqbal. That was the reason, don't do like the Ajami people in Iran and they do for the kings. Different. So they put this subject into the debate of that topic. That's absolutely wrong. It has nothing to do with the subject of Qiyamul Milad. That's why for you I created 7 kinds of Qiyam. If you don't understand the categories of Qiyam, the kinds of Qiyam, the reasons, various reasons and causes of Qiyam, if you don't differentiate and categorize, then this kind of confusion can easily be created. All Qiyam, and to make a mixture and to make a mess, put that discussion and make everything wrong. That's why he said, some Qiyam is for Ta'zim, some is Qiyam for Farha, some is Qiyam for Istiqbal, some Qiyams are for love, for Hub, some Qiyam for Zikr and so on and so forth. So Qiyamul Istiqbal, which may sometimes come under discussion, we have nothing to do with that. The Qiyam of Milad is never Qiyam of Istiqbal. So we have no concern with this debate. This is Qiyam of Ta'zim and Qiyam of Farha and Qiyam of Muhabba. 3 categories of Qiyam. This always keep in your mind. Qiyamul Milad. So there should be no discussion. You should never accept the discussion of Istiqbal. Never accept the discussion of, don't entertain the discussion of Istiqbal. You understand my point? On this issue, this is very important. Normally they are people are detract and then they are lost. No, this is wrong thing. Differentiate it. Qiyam, while we say salam on Holy Prophet, while during Mahfil of Milad, when we do Qiyam, this Qiyam is never Qiyam of reception and Istiqbal. So no question of discussing the matter of whether one should stand up for reception or not. We have nothing to do with that. You want to stand, you stand up. You don't want to stand, don't stand up. We have no discussion on that. This Qiyam in Milad and Salam is just for Qiyam of Ta'zim, Qiyam of Muhabba and Qiyam of Farha. Qiyam Ta'zim, Qiyam lil Muhabba and Qiyam lil Farha. And all these Qiyams are categorically, undisputedly established through the Sunnah of Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, through all these ahadith. There should be no dispute and difference of opinion or confusion or ambiguity on this subject. That's why Imam Bukhari, when Imam Bukhari makes the chapter, gives a caption, it means this is an admitted fact. This is a unanimously admitted reality. That's why he is giving a full-fledged chapter under the book of Islamic manners, Sunnah manners. Qiyamul rajul lil rajul ta'zeeman. So Qiyam of Ta'zeem is Islamic manner. Since I have concluded the subject discussion of Taqbil, kissing, it just came by the way. And it is relevant with this subject. That's why I took the discussion of Taqbil, because the Qiyam, Taqbil, all these discussions fall within the same purview, within the same orbit. Qiyam is done for various reasons. The same is the matter of Taqbil. Kissing is done again for various reasons, and all reasons are permissible. Holy Prophet himself kissed. He kissed his daughter. He used to kiss his sons. And this is hadith again, Sunan Abi Dawud. Sunan Abi Dawud from Siyasita. Again, the chapter is Kitabul Adab. The basic point which you have to consider is all these ahadith of kissing hands and feet and of standing, Qiyam, fall under the chapter of Kitabul Adab and Kitabul Adab. It means all of these Imams of Hadith, they believed that kissing of hands is from adab of Islam, from manners of Islam. Kissing of feet is a part of manners of Islam. And standing for respect and muhabbah and farha is one of the manners of Islam. That's why they bring all these hadiths under these chapters. So this Imam Abu Dawud in Sunan, we will get 2 times this after. So he is also fixed a chapter. First was Tirmizi Sharif, now Abu Dawud. Same Kitabul Adab. And chapter is Babu fi Qublatil Yad. Chapter on kissing of hands. Hadith is Anna Abdur Rahman ibn Abi Layla haddasahu Anna Abdullah ibn Umar haddasahu wa zakara qissatan قال فدنونا يعني من النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم فقبلنا يده, and we kissed his hands. So many ahadith. What does it mean? This was a common practice of companions sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So this is the chapter number 147, 148. And next chapter which Imam Abu Dawud has made, there is Bab fi Qublatil Jasad, kissing the body. Kissing the body. Companions kissed body of Holy Prophet. For some reason he took his shirt up and he kissed his body. So Imam Abu Dawud has brought this chapter, fi Qublatil Jasad, is also minas Sunnah. This is again Sunnah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You see, the Aqidah of all Imams of Hadith is same and one. And the Aqidah which is being preached now in the name of Arabic language, in the name of classical knowledge, in the name of Hadith and Sharia and the original and pure form of Islam, this is just a fraud, a forgery, misinterpretation. Fitna, wrong propagation of Islam. If you want to know the real Islam, the classical Islam, the original and pure teaching of Islam, go to Sahih Bukhari and Muslim and Tirmidhi and Abu Dawud and Siyasita and ask these Aimah of Hadith what Islam is. Next chapter in the same Kitabul Adab of Sunan Abi Dawud. He has brought the chapter Babun Maja'a fil Qiyam. Babun ma ja'a fil qiyam. Hadith is a chapter on qiyam, standing for other people. Now again, he has reported here the same hadith of Hazrat Sa'd bin Mu'az. Sa'd bin Mu'az. The question is that interpretation is completely refuted. If that standing was just for his illness, then why did these Aimma of Hadith brought this Hadith under the chapter of manners of Islam? Qiyam is the manner of Islam. Why? If it was just to help a sick man, so it would have no link with the manners of Islam. That was a human act of helping. Every Imam of Hadith in Siyasita brings that Hadith under the chapter of Islamic manner, Kitabul Adab. Babu ma ja'a fil qiyam. So according to every Imam of Hadith in Ashabu Sihah Sitta, this is permissible and sunnah, this qiyam. So he says again, فَجَاءَ عَلَى حِمَارٍ أَقْمَرَ يعني أن أهل قريظة يعني عن أبي سعيد الخدري رضي الله عنه أن أهل قريظة, now it is Abu Dawud, لما نزلوا على حكم سعد أرسل إليه رسول الله النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم فجاء على حمار أقمر فقال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قوموا إلى سيدكم أو إلى خيركم فجاء حتى قعد إلى رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. So this is hadith, permissibility, legality and sunnah, being sunnah, qiyam being sunnah, manners of Islam in Abu Dawud. And then Imam Abu Dawud again narrates the next hadith with these words, an Shu'bah بهذا الحديث قال فلما كان قريبا من المسجد قال للأنصار قوموا إلى سيدكم. The same hadith he has brought twice with two different narrations. And then under the caption of that standing for someone is sunnah and it is among Islamic manners. Third hadith which Imam Abu Dawud brings is about Holy Prophet's standing to receive Hazrat Fatima Zahra and for her love. That Holy Prophet used to stand for Hazrat Fatima Zahra whenever she used to come to him, to see him. So this was Qiyamul Mahabba and Qiyamul Farha. So then he has brought the third hadith over here. And again the reporter is Ummul Mumineen Aisha radiyallahu anha. أنها قالت ما رأيت أحدا كان أشبه سمتا ولا دلا وهديا أو وهديا ودلا وقال الحسن حديثا وكلاما ولم يذكر الحسن السمت والهدي والدل برسول الله. He has included all the things. برسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم حديث का ما رأيت أحدا كان أشبه سمتا ودلا وهديا برسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم من فاطمة كرمها الله وجهها. Again here some people say why this specific words used from other people. Karramallah wajhul kareem is specifically used for Hadrat Ali. And Imam Tirmizi has used the same words for Hazrat Fatima. It means it can be used for others if they deserve. If they deserve. Kanat iza dakhalat alayhi qama ilayha فأخذ بيدها فقبلها وأجلسها في مجلسه. Hazrat Aisha radiyallahu anha says that I saw whenever Hazrat Fatima came to Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam to see him, to visit him, Holy Prophet ﷺ always used to stand for her. This was Qiyam for his of Muhabba and Farha. My beloved daughter has come. Fatima has come. And next, he used to hold her hands and kiss the hands. Holy Prophet used to kiss the hands of Sayyida Fatima al-Zahra. So kissing of hands of Hazrat Fatima, this became sunnah. Holy Prophet made this act sunnah of his own person. And then next, Wakana, Hazrat Aisha says, Wakana iza dakhala alayha. And when he used to visit Hazrat Fatima in her house, qamat ilayh, she always stood for him. So this was Qiyamut Ta'zim. One hadith giving both things. Qiyam lil farha and mahabba, and Qiyam lil ta'zim, for respect. Qamat ilayh. Fa'akhazat biyadehi. After all these muttafaq alayh hadith in Bukhari and Muslim and then Tirmizi and hundreds books of hadith, is there any point of discussion whether the Qiyam is permissible or not? Just bring one event of istiqbal and then to create a mess in the whole discussion. Keep it away. Keep that particular point apart from the whole discussion. Come to this, whether the Qiyam for Ta'zim is proved or not. Whether the Qiyam of Muhabba is established or not. Whether the Qiyam of Farha is established or not. Through dozens and dozens of ahadith. فَأَخَذَتْ بِيَدِهِ. Then she used to hold Holy Prophet's hands. فَقَبَّلَتْهُ. And she used to kiss his hands. Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So this is Sunan Abi Dawud. That was Tirmizi Sharif. And the same, the whole Siyasitta. And then I have already given you the next chapter, which Imam Abu Dawud has fixed, is Babu fi Qublatil Yad. فَقَبَّلْنَا يَدَهُ. Imam Abu Dawud. This is Sunan Abi Dawud. First we were giving Bukhari. The same is in Muslim and same in Tirmizi. Abu Dawud also Babun fi Qublatil Yad. Next Bab. And again Bab fi Qublatil Jasad. Now I give you another important thing. Go forward. Then there is next chapter. Imam Abu Dawud has fixed chapter number 152 and 153. What is the book? Kitabul Adab. Book on Islamic manners. Book on Sunnah manners. What number of chapter I am giving now? 152, 153. What is the chapter? These are the words to be kept in your minds. Babur Rajule Yaqumu Lirrajule Yuazzimuhu Bizalik. This was the Qidah of Aimma of Hadith. So now they should tell that is this Aqidah of Arab and Islam, or which we do is Aqidah of Pakistan and India. This is Aqidah of Islam. Aqidah given by Islam. And Aqidah of Aimma of Hadith. Babur Rajule. This is a chapter on standing of a man. Yaqumu lirrajul, standing for other man. Yuazzimuhu bizalik. And he pays respect for him with this act. Just imagine. This is the chapter. Paying respect to a man, rendering respect and reverence to a man by standing for him. So Qiyamut Ta'zim muttafaq alayh. And another, Imam Abu Dawud, may some people become confused. He repeats the words in the chapter. He has fixed the words of chapter in two ways. First he says, Babur Rajuli Yaqumu Lirrajuli Yuazzimuhu Bizalik. Then again he says, Babun fi Qiyamir Rajuli Lirrajul. He says, you see it, he says twice. He repeats. He knew some people will stand up from Arab, speaking Arabic language and English language. They say this is Pakistani Aqidah. So he says that I should repeat these words. No, this is not Pakistani. This is Aqidah of Siyasitta. Babun fi Qiyamir Rajuli Lirrajul. And whenever the prohibition of that Qiyam, that was, if that Qiyam was similar to the Ajim, And Ajami in those days, those were the Persian people and the Romans who they used to do for their kings against Islamic manners. So that Qiyam against Islamic manners was prohibited. There must be some different manner of standing. Now Sunan Ibn Majah, is this from Siyasita or not? Yes, Siyasita. And he has fixed the chapter. Again, Kitabul Adab, the book on Islamic manners of Imam Ibn Majah. And chapter is Babur Rajuli Yuqabbilu Yadar Rajul. Chapter of kissing of a man of the hands of other man. One man kisses the hands of other one. Chapter on this subject. And again, this is An Ibn Umara. Abdullah bin Umar radiyallahu ta'ala anhu narrates, he is the reporter. Says, قال قبلنا يد النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم. We kissed the hands of Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And whose son he is? Abdullah bin Umar. Hazrat Umar Farooq-ul-Azam radiyallahu anhu. He is his son, Holy Prophet's companion. Qabbalna yadaw. This was a practice of the companions in Sunnah. Then Imam Ibn Majah brings the next hadith, the same which I quoted you from Tirmizi Sharif, that Yahud, the Jews came to Holy Prophet to bear witness of his prophethood and messengership. An Safwan ibn Assal, an Abdullah ibn Salama, an Abdullah ibn Salama, an Safwan ibn Assal, anna qawman min al-Yahud qabbalu yadan Nabiy sallallahu alaihi wasallam, ya Nabiy sallallahu alaihi wasallam wa rijlayhi. Sahaba are narrating that it means Sahaba are saying, the companions, even the Yahud, this is what they mean. And this is what Ibn Majah, Imam Tirmizi means. That even the Yahud, they used to kiss the hands and feet of Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam when they used to see him. And Holy Prophet used to allow them. He used to allow the companions and he used to allow the Jews. So this was the Sunnah of Feli when he kissed the hands of Sayyidah Fatima. And Sunnah Takriri when everybody was kissing his hands and feet and he was allowing him and not prohibiting them to do that. It would be a strange point that the Jews are ready to kiss hands and feet of Holy Prophet. But the Muwahid, the people of Tawheed, they are denying to kiss. They are saying that this is shirk. Astaghfirullah. And Holy Prophet ﷺ is allowing. So this is the chapter on Kitab al-Adab of Ibn Majah. So we have already given from Imam Bukhari that Qiyamul Rajul Ta'zim. So the prohibition is for that one person should not wish and desire that other people should stand for me. This wish and desire is prohibited and condemned. So this hadith is also being brought by Imam Bukhari. That wishing this and desiring that people should stand for me, this is the desire of hell, desire of Jahannam. This has been prohibited. On both sides, the man who is coming, he shouldn't desire and wish. He should remain humble. He should remain humble. For him is ijz, humbleness. And those who are sitting, for them command order is to receive him and to stand for other littazim. This is the act of respect. That is the act of humbleness, that he shouldn't wish and desire. So what people normally intermix these two different things into one. Whenever is the prohibition, that is for tarbiyah. That's for Islamic training. That you shouldn't wish, and if somebody, you go to a mehfil and somebody doesn't stand for you, shouldn't become angry. You shouldn't become angry on him. Why he has not stand for me? Why he has not stood for me? Why you can't become angry? Because wishing this and desiring this, that people should stand for me, is un-Islamic, immoral. This is the aspect. Hadith has been taken by Imam Bukhari here. and the command and instruction for those who are sitting is to stand for the man, the great man, the scholar, the sheikh, the spiritual man, the man, respectable man, to stand for him in his reception, in his ta'zeem, for his love, for his happiness. So these are two different adab. So all these, then another hadith, Abu Huraira radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, he narrates, he reports another hadith. This is again Qiyam of Ta'zeem. Some people, if taking that particular reference that one Holy Prophet prohibited them to stand for reception, they say, so Qiyam, so wrong application, this is very wrong application. If you infer that Qiyam for Ta'zeem is wrong, it means you want to cancel dozens of hours of this hadith of Sihah Sitta and Holy Prophet's practice and companions' practice just with one stick. No. So you have to differentiate between the two. And you have to understand the reason behind that. Here, if the Qiyam of Ta'zeem was prohibited, as Abu Huraira radiyallahu ta'ala anhu narrates, he says, and this is Kitab al-Sunan, Abi Dawood, Kitab al-Adab, first chapter and third hadith of first chapter, reported by Hazrat Abu Huraira radiyallahu anhu. He says, قال أبو هريرة وهو يحدثنا كان رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يجلس معنا في المسجد أو في المجلس يحدثنا فإذا قام قمنا قياما حتى نراه قد دخل بعض بيوت أزواجه or كما قال. Abu Huraira radiyallahu ta'ala anhu says that this was the everyday practice, common practice of our life, that Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was sitting with us in a majlis, in a sitting, and we were busy in some subject, talking with one another, in some conversation, in some dialogue, and he used to speak to us on a particular subject, and we were listening to him. And this was our practice. Whenever he stood up, he got up to go back to his house. Whenever he got up, all of us used to stand for him. This is hadith. Whenever he stood up, got up to go back to his house, all of us used to stand for him. This was our practice. Because the word of hadith are specific. Kana Rasulullahi yajlisu ma'ana wa yuhaddisuna faiza kama qumna. Kana. This was our common practice, everyday practice. So this was not a matter of 1 day, 2 days, not even. So it may happen maybe 1,000 times. Maybe. This was an occurrence and practice of every day, every sitting. Whenever he stood up, got up from the majlis, intending to go back to his house, we always, all of us stood up for him. Kama kumna qiyaman. You see, Imam Abu Dawood has brought the word repeatedly. Kama, iza kama, when he stood up, kumna qiyaman. Doesn't mean, but it was just incidentally. Kumna qiyaman, by repeating this word, Imam Abu Dawood wants to repel the wrong impression. He wants to make it very clear that somebody may not think that just by when he stood up, their standing means that the mahfil, the majlis is finished. It has come to end. Now everybody is standing to go back. To repel and reject this wrong concept. This misunderstanding is being repelled, rejected. That's why he says this was not the matter. That the mahfil was concluded, it came to its end. So he got up and we also got up to go back to our homes. No, this is not. That's why he says, فَإِذَا قَامَ, whenever he stood up, قُمْنَا قِيَامًا. قُمْنَا قِيَامًا. We stood up for Qiyam. We got up for Qiyam. We used to practice Qiyam for Holy Prophet ﷺ. This is the meaning. And then, this was not the matter that we have also now, we used to stand up, that now we should go to our homes. No. Qiyaman, we used to stand up and we continue to stand. We continued standing. We used to get up and we continued standing. Up till hatta narahu qad dakhala ba'da buyuti azwajihi, till he entered one of his houses. Up till that time. Maybe while going there somebody meets him, met him, asked some questions, asked some permissions. Maybe he started giving instruction to somebody else. He may take whatever time we want. His going back and entering to the house may prolong for long time. It depends upon his work, his engagement. It depends upon the situation. They say we used to carry on standing hatta narahu qad dakhala ba'da buyutihi. He may take 1 hour, he may take half an hour, he may take 20 minutes, he may take 5 minutes, he may take 1 minute. His house was not so far from the mosque, but depends upon the situation. So the basic thing is that we used to carry on standing till he entered any of his houses. And qumna qiyaman, so we used to stand up for qiyam, not for going back to our homes. This is that. And this is Abu Dawood, and this is same in Bayhaqi, and Imam Asqalani has taken the same hadith in Fathul Bari, Sharh Sahih al-Bukhari. And Imam Suyuti has discussed this with length in his Sharh Sunan Ibn Majah, Imam Suyuti. And that hadith which Holy Prophet's Qiyam for Hazrat Fatima, which I have mentioned from Tirmizi Sharif and from Abu Dawood. So same is in Tirmizi and Abu Dawood, and same is in Nasai and Ibn Hibban, Sahih Ibn Hibban, and Mustadrak al-Hakim, and Fathul Bari by Imam Ibn Hajar Asqalani, and many other books of hadith. Next hadith. This was the Qiyam for Muhabba. Now another Qiyam for Tazim. An Ibn Abbas. Abdullah ibn Abbas radiyallahu ta'ala anhu reports about his father, Hazrat Abbas bin Abdul Muttalib, Holy Prophet's uncle, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. An Ibn Abbas an Ummihi Ummil Fadl. You read. An Ibn Abbas an Ummihi, he reports from his mother, Ummul Fadl. Anna al-Abbasa radiyallahu anhu, the uncle of Holy Prophet, Atan Nabiyya sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He came to Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam to see him. Falamma ra'ahu an-nabiyyu sallallahu alaihi wasallam qama ilayhi faqabbala ma bayna aynayhi. He says that his Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when he saw his uncle coming, as Abbas, he stood up for him. Qama ilayhi. He stood up for him. Faqabbala ma bayna aynayhi, and he kissed between his two eyes. This place. He kissed between his eyes. This was his kissing. Summa aqadahu an yaminihi. Then he asked him to sit toward his right. Then next I told you there is another kind of qiyam for al-ikram al-insani. Ikramu jasad al-insan. Respect of humanity, respect of mankind. For that reason, just to respect, give a respect to human body, dead body, even the dead body. So Holy Prophet ﷺ always used to stand for a funeral. This was again sunnah of Holy Prophet. Holy Prophet's sunnah is that he never missed standing for any funeral. Just ikraman lil insan. This is Sahih Bukhari, Kitabul Janaiz. It means that even Holy Prophet, he gives instruction through his sunnah to his ummah to stand for the funerals, for dead bodies, for janaza, to stand for, to do qiyam for janaza. And those who are against qiyam, what deen are they following? What education have they got and teaching have they got from Holy Prophet's sunnah? Holy Prophet gave this high level and high of morality for his ummah. Even the dead body, you should stand for his, pay respect for that. If a dead body funeral deserves the respect for our respect in the form of qiyam, and if we pay salam to, or we say salam on Holy Prophet and we recite naat and we stand for the respect of salam and respect of naat and respect of zikr of Holy Prophet, and out of love of Holy Prophet and out of happiness that this is the month has come when Holy Prophet was born, if we stand up, what wrong has occurred? Holy Prophet ﷺ asks us to stand for the funerals. And now you will listen to me next. Babul Qiyam lil Janaza. This is Imam Bukhari has fixed the chapter. Babul Qiyam lil Janaza. An Amir ibn Rabi'ah. This is chapter, book Kitabul Janaiz, and chapter is Babul Qiyam lil Janaza, and chapter number 46. So let us read one hadith with full sanad. You should have a practice of everything for your riwayah. Imam Bukhari says, hadith number 1307 says, Haddasana Ali ibn Abdillah, Haddasana Sufyan, Haddasana Zuhri, An Salim, An Abihi, An Amir ibn Rabi'ah, An Nabiy sallallahu alayhi wa sallam قال إذا رأيتم الجنازة فقوموا حتى تخلفكم. The Holy Prophet ﷺ said, "O tuda," he said, whenever you see any funeral, any janaza coming, فقوموا, you should stand for that. You should do qiyam for that. Till it changes the way or it has been placed, it is placed on the land. Or tuda, it has been placed down. Till it is being carried on the shoulders of people and janaza is going, you should keep standing. Just imagine. Hatta tuda, till it is placed down on the land. Again, an Amir ibn Rabi'ah, he says, An Nabiy sallallahu alayhi wa sallam قال إذا رأى أحدكم جنازة فإن لم يكن ماشيا معها فليقم حتى يخلفها أو تخلفه أو تودع من قبل أن تخلفه. If anybody from you sees janaza and funeral, he should stand. And if he is not walking with the funeral, he should keep standing till it is placed down. This is the significance of qiyam for respect of human body. Then again, next chapter, Imam Bukhari says, An Abi Sa'id al-Khudri radiyallahu anhu an al-Nabiy sallallahu alayhi wa sallam qala idha ra'aytumul janaza faqumu faman tabi'aha fala yaq'ud hatta tuda. If anybody amongst you sees a funeral, he should stand. If he is not following him, he should keep standing. And then he says, Fala yakud, and he should not sit down. He should keep standing and he should not sit till the funeral is placed down. Now another very significant hadith in the same respect. Imam Bukhari brings chapter number 49. Next chapter. Chapter number 49. Babu man qama li janazati Yahudiyan. There was a funeral of a Jew. Janaza of a Jew. Again, an Jabir ibn Abdullah radiyallahu anhuma qala marra bina janaza faqama lahan nabiyyu sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That was the order. In all hadiths which we have already discussed, there was Holy Prophet's order and commandment and instruction. Now here is his own practice. He says, a funeral came in front of Holy Prophet ﷺ. فَقَامَ لَهَا النَّبِيُّ. He himself stood up for the funeral, for janaza. وَقُمْنَا. And all of us also stood up. فَقُلْنَا. We stood up and then we said, Ya Rasulullah. So this was their aqidah. They didn't keep sitting, and while sitting they would have told, Ya Rasulullah, why are you standing? This is the funeral of a Jew. No. Look at the aqidah and adab of companions. First of all, when they saw Holy Prophet standing, they stood up. And the reason when they are telling Holy Prophet, this is funeral of a Jew, it means that the idea which they were keeping in their mind was that for funeral of a Jew, we should not stand for a Jew's funeral. That's why they informed Holy Prophet that this is a Jew's funeral. This information, they are saying this, indicates that the idea which they had in their mind was not to stand for Jew's funeral. That's why he told Holy Prophet, Ya Rasulullah, this was a Jew's funeral. But look at their adab. They didn't tell this thing while sitting. First of all, they stood up for Holy Prophet. They stood up and then they told, Ya Rasul, فَقُلْنَا Ya Rasulallah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, innaha janazatu Yahudiyin. This is a funeral of a Jew. Holy Prophet heard and said, Qala iza ra'aytumul janaza faqumu. No question of Yahudi and Muslim. Whenever you see a funeral, you should stand up. So he paid respect to the dead body, a funeral of a Jew. No differentiation between the Muslim funeral and Jew funeral as far as the respect for dead bodies. You understand the point? Now, Imam Bukhari has brought another hadith on the same subject. And that hadith is narrated. Let us read the sanad of this hadith also. Haddasana Adam, Haddasana Shu'bah, Haddasana Amr ibn Murrah, Qala Sami'tu Abdul Rahman ibn Abi Layla, Qala Kana Sahl ibn Hunayf وقيس بن سعد قائدين بالقادسية فمروا عليهما بجنازة فقاما. So he says that I heard from Abdul Rahman bin Abi Layla, he said Sahal bin Hunayf and Qais bin Sa'd, these two companions, they were in Qadisiyah, city of Iraq. They were there, sitting while a funeral came in front of them. They stood up for funeral. فَقِيلَ لَهُمَا إِنَّهَا مِنْ أَهْلِ الْأَرْضِ ay min ahli dhimma. In this funeral is from either of Yahudi or Jew or a Christian, min ahli dhimma. So this is not a funeral of Muslim, min ahli dhimma. فَقَالَ إِنَّ النَّبِيَّ, and ahlu dhimma non-Muslim. Any non-Muslim, zimmi. فَقَالَ إِنَّ النَّبِيَّ صَلَّى اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وَسَلَّمَ مرت به جنازة فقام فقيل له إنها جنازة يهودي فقال أليست نفسا. When they stood up for that funeral and they were told this is min ahlu zimma, not this is a non-Muslim funeral, they kept standing and they said that a funeral came. Then they narrated this sunnah. They said, we saw that a janaza funeral came in front of Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he stood up for him for the funeral. So he was told, Ya Rasulullah, this is the funeral of a Jew. And Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam replied, okay, this is a funeral of a Jew. Alaysat nafsan, is he not a human being? He said, yes, this is a funeral of a Jew, but is he not a human being? It means this respect is not for his being Muslim. This respect is for the dead body of a human being. That's why I said Tazim Ikramul Insan, Jasadil Insani, Ikramul Mayyit. This was Sahih Bukhari, and you have got the references. And the same kind of reference you find in Bukhari, and you find in other Muslim, you find in Nasai and Sahih ibn Hibban and Bihaki and Sunan al-Kubra, all ahadith. And the same Amir bin Rabi'a, another hadith, Amir bin, he reports, again, Holy Prophet ﷺ stated the same words, and that is in Sahih Muslim. Sahih Muslim. And the same is reported in Sunan Tirmizi and in Mustadrak Hakim and in Sunan Abi Dawood and in Sunan Ibn Majah. All books of Sahih Sitta reported the same word. This is Sahih Muslim. Just read one hadith from Sahih Muslim on the same subject. Sahih Muslim, again, Kitabul Janaiz, Babul Qiyam lil Janaza, Imam Muslim. Chapter number 24. Chapter number 24. We should read one sanad for Imam Sahih Muslim also for you. Hadith number is 958 of that chapter. Haddasana Abu Bakr ibn Abi Shayba wa Amrun Naqid وزهير بن حرب وابن نمير قالوا حدثنا سفيان عن الزهري عن سالم عن أبيه عن عامر بن ربيعة قال قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم إذا رأيتم الجنازة فقوموا لها حتى تخلفكم أو توضع. Next hadith, إذا رأى أحدكم الجنازة فإن لم يكن ماشيا معها فليقم حتى تخلفه أو توضع من قبل أن تخلفه. So all these ahadith. Again, next hadith which Imam Muslim brings. He said, إذا اتبعتم جنازة عن أبي سعيد رضي الله عنه قال قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم إذا اتبعتم جنازة فلا تجلسوا hatta tuda'a. And There are lot many hadiths on the same subject. Now, very interesting subject on Qiyam al-Ta'zim. Next is very important subject. You know, when the Iqama is said for prayer, Iqama is said for prayer, and normally the Sunnah way or Mustahab way is that the people stand when it is said Hayya ala salah, Hayya ala salah, and Qad qamati salah. So when Iqama is said for prayer, so we stand up at that time. It is said Qad qamati salah, Qad qamati salah, or Hayya ala salah, Hayya ala salah. We stand up for that time. Some people stand up in the beginning of Iqama. So this is a juristic difference, but it doesn't matter. The basic point which I want to elaborate in connection of the Iqama is that this standing during Iqama, either at the time of saying Hayya ala salah and Qad qamati salah, either at this time or according to some people in the beginning. This standing of Iqama in fact started in respect of Holy Prophet ﷺ coming out. This was the Sunnah of companions. This standing of Iqama in fact started in respect of Holy Prophet ﷺ coming out. This was the Sunnah of companions. This Iqama standing was not for prayer. It was not for Salat. It was for Mustafa alayhi salatu wassalam. Salat was for Allah and Iqama standing was for Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This is very important point which I want to explain. The people, the whole ummah stands, but normally it is not conceived. Where did this standing start from? What is the origin of this standing? This standing during Iqama was it was only for the respect of Holy Prophet ﷺ. This was Qiyam of Ta'zim for Holy Prophets. Hazrat Bilal radiyallahu ta'ala, his practice was that after saying Azan, he used to stand. He was an ashik, a great lover of Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. After saying Azan, so at that time there were no watches. The time of offering prayer, starting prayer was never fixed with hours and minutes. Very important thing. The time was not fixed with hours and minutes. So then what was the common practice? So there was no specific, you can say, criterion or formula of the specification of time. That Salatul Zuhr would be at 1 o'clock sharp or 1:30 sharp. Salatul Asr would be at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, except Maghrib. And Isha would be at exact this much time. This was no principle. The procedure was that the companions, after they used to come to mosque, offer Salatul Tahajjud, and some of them come after Azanul Fajr, and they used to offer the Sunnah and to sit there, and they used to wait for Holy Prophet's coming. They used to just wait. So the time of prayer was just Holy Prophet's coming out. Whenever he came out, that was the time of offering prayer. That was the time of offering prayer. So everybody used to sit, waiting for Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And Hazrat Bilal, he used to stand in a corner of the mosque, in a specific place, in a hidden position. He was a lover and ashik, and in a corner he used to watch to look at the door of Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He was just keeping his eyes on the door of Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The companions were sitting in their lines, and he was standing just continuously keeping his eyes on the door of Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Whenever Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam came out, but he saw him and started Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. And the companions knew that Holy Prophet had come out, and they stood up. This was Qiyam of Ta'zim. Iqama was Qiyam of Ta'zeem. And Allahu Akbar was, in fact, there's an information telling the companions the Holy Prophet has come out. Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and they stood up. This was the practice. Then what happened after that? Holy Prophet saw this thing this whole thing many times. Sometimes he took more time. He came and then he went back again. He came, and so sometimes it happened. So then he came and he said to companions that don't stand up in the beginning. Now another important thing. You should stand when you see me. Keep sitting. And you should stand when you see me. So this hadith, Holy Prophet's second order, became the basis of standing at the time of Qad Qamatis Salah and Hayya ala Salah. That by that time he had reached the Musalla, and when the companions saw him coming near to the praying place, then they used to stand up by seeing Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This was in any case, whether he came out of his door or either he came near to the lines. In any case, this Qiyam was the Qiyam lit Ta'zeem li Rasulillah. This is hadith. Now, this hadith is in Sahih Bukhari. This was the second order. Holy Prophet changed the practice. He brought a change. Before that, they used to stand, as I have already mentioned. And Aimma of Hadith, Qazi Iyaz in Sharh Sahih Muslim, and Imam Nawawi and Aimma, they have mentioned all these discussions in their Hawashi. So this is in Sahih Bukhari, Kitabul Azan. Sahih Bukhari, Kitabul Azan, the word which Imam Bukhari has brought in the chapter. So this substantiates and supports my saying. I said this Qiyam of the Iqama was for Holy Prophet, seeing him, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Imam Bukhari has brought the chapter under Kitabul Azan in chapter number 22. Chapter number 22. The chapter is Babu Mata Yaqumun Nasu Iza Ra'au Al-Imama in the Iqama. When should the people stand? When they see the Imam during Iqama, then they should stand. So this Qiyam is at the seeing of Imam. And Imam was Holy Prophet ﷺ at that time. Hadith. An Abdullah ibn Abi Qatada An Abihi Qala Qala Rasulullah Sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam Iza uqimatis salat Fala taqumu. This is the hukm that Qiyam is not for Iqama. Qiyam is not for he said, Iza uqimatis salat. When Iqamat is said, Fala taqumu, don't stand. Don't stand for Iqama. You understand my point now? Bal hatta tarawni. You should stand when you see me coming. Do you understand the point? Fala taqumu hatta tarawni. You should not stand unless you see me. So Qiyam is on Holy Prophet's istiqbal and ta'zeem, on seeing him, not for Iqama. Otherwise he would have allowed them standing just with Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. No, just hatta tarawni. Keep sitting during Allahu Akbar. Keep sitting during Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Sitting. When you see, say, Ya Rasulullah, you have come. Qad ji'ta Ya Rasulullah, then stand up. Subhanallah. This is the hadith, and Imam Bukhari has fixed this chapter here. Then again, next hadith. An Abdullah bin Abi Qatada an Abi قال قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. Again, next hadith. First hadith was hadith number 637. It was chapter number 22. Now Imam Bukhari brings in chapter number 23. Next chapter. He says, إِذَا أُقِيمَتِ الصَّلَاةِ فَلَا تَقُومُوا. Don't stand when Iqamah is said. Don't stand when Iqamah is said. Hatta tarawni. You should stand when I come and you see me. Wa alaykum bis sakina. You should keep sitting proper. Then there are many other hadiths on the same subject. This was Sahih Bukhari. This is Sahih Muslim. Now I told you that this Iqamah, I point, Iqamah was for Holy Prophet. I tell you a very significant thing. Salat is for Allah and Iqamah for Holy Prophet. Till today, this has become a shi'ar. This like Ramal, like Sa'i, like Tawaf, Arafah. This has become Sunnah now. It has become a shi'ar. But keep in mind, I am very clear on the basis of hadith that Salat is for Allah and Iqamah is just for Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. People do Iqamah, but they don't know whom they are doing for. Almighty Allah has fixed Salat for Himself and Iqamah for His beloved Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So the Allahu Akbar, this Qiyam of Salat is for Allah. Allahu Akbar. Takbir Tahrima and first Qiyam. This Qiyam of Salat is for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Qiyam of Iqamah and Iqamah itself is for Li'ajalil Mustafa sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Have you clearly got my thing, my point? Now whatever I have said, I am going to substantiate the same from Sahih Muslim. The people read Sahih Muslim. They go through it, but they never try to understand what Imam Muslim has said through this hadith. What this hadith is telling and what the companion is telling. Choosing of specific word. They have a specific meaning, implication. So very important hadith of Sahih Muslim. Kitabul Masajid. Kitabul, very beautiful hadith. Hadith full of ishq. A hadith full of ishq. These things have never been normally touched and tried to be understood. Nobody tries to understand. Just they make takrir. And they say just we are the authorities on Bukhari and Muslim, never going into Bukhari and Muslim. They have ijazah, just paper ijazah in their hands. Reported by Abu Huraira radiyallahu anhu. And you read sanad with me for this hadith. وَحَدَّثَنِي إِبْرَاهِيمُ بْنُ مُوسَى أخبرنا الوليد ابن مسلم عن الأوزاعي عن الزهري قال حدثني أبو سلمة عن أبي هريرة. Now, أن الصلاة كانت تقام. أن الصلاة كانت تقام. The Iqamah was said on Salat. You understand the point? There was a takbir. Iqamah was said for Salat. Anna salata kanat tuqamu li Rasulillah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Anna salata kanat tuqamu. The Iqamat on prayer was used to be said for Holy Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. The Iqamah was used to be said for Holy Prophet. This is the translation. I am not interpreting it. Anna salata kanat tuqamu li Rasulillah. Anna salata كانت تقام لرسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. He says, Hazrat Abu Huraira says that our iqama of salat was always said just for Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Why? Why? He said, فَيَأْخُذُ النَّاسُ مَصَافَهُمْ قَبْلَ أَنْ يَقُومَ النَّبِيُّ مَقَامَهُ. So that they should get up and they should make their lines straight for Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam before he comes and stands at his place. Subhanallah. Before he comes and stands at his musalla, on his place, they should get up for him. They should stand and make their lines straight for Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam's coming. They didn't say that they should stand up and make safuf for salat. You can say, I can say, but Abu Huraira has not said this. As Abu Huraira has not said this, that they should stand up and make lines for salat. He is not saying this. فَيَأْخُذُ النَّاسُ مَصَافَهُمْ لِلصَّلَاةِ لا ليس هذا بقول أبي هريرة رضي الله تعالى عنه بل هو قال ما قال فَيَأْخُذُ النَّاسُ مَصَافَهُمْ لِلصَّلَاةِ لا ما كانت إقامتهم للصلاة كانت إقامتهم خاصة لرسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم في تعظيمه فيأخذ الناس مصافهم تعظيما له قبل أن يقوم النبي مقامه. So they should stand up in lines before he comes and stands. This iqama and qiyam was the qiyam of reception and qiyam al-istiqbal and qiyam of ta'zim. And then number 2, I told you that Sayyidina Bilal used to stand in a point in the corner and that Ashik used to look at the Holy Prophet's door. No time fixed for prayer. But whenever he saw beloved respected Prophet has come out, but he used to say Allahu Akbar, Allahu Subhanallah. This was an announcement. Oh people, Prophet Muhammad has come out. Now you should stand up and make your sufuf and line up. Stand up and line yourself up. This was the iqama. Now come to other hadith on the same subject, which I told you. حدثني سلمة بن شبيب حدثنا الحسن ابن أعين حدثنا زهير حدثنا سماك ابن حرب عن جابر بن سمرة قال كان بلال يؤذن إذا دحضت فلا يقيم حتى يخرج النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم. He never said iqama to inform Holy Prophet, Ya Rasulullah, so please come out. This is the time of prayer. He never did iqama for this reason, to inform Holy Prophet to come out. To inform Holy Prophet through his iqama so that he may come out for salah. No, this was not the reason. Never. I believe they could never do it. Who were they to inform Holy Prophet to come out for prayer? Their aqidah was, and this was the iman, that if this is the time of Zuhr and Holy Prophet comes out to lead the prayer, this would be the time of Zuhr. And if he doesn't, they would never pray Salatul Zuhr till Holy Prophet comes, whether this becomes the time of Asr. And he puts the both prayer together. They would pray the both prayer Zuhrs together, but they would never go for Allah's prayer before Holy Prophet. They would never go for prayer. Who are they? You know, this was Fajr time. Once there was a Fajr time, and Holy Prophet ﷺ kept on sleeping. He went on sleeping. and didn't get up that day quite early. And he got up quite late, came out, and the Sahaba says that we were looking at the sun. It was about sunrise. The sun was about to rise. The sun was about to rise. Even then, neither did they pray, nor they go to Holy Prophet to wake him up. So look at the Aqidah and Iman of companions. They say the sun was about to rise. The time was finishing. The time was finishing. Neither did they pray on their own. Let the Holy Prophet is sleeping. Maybe he has prayed on his own. Let us pray. The time is finishing. So they just remained there and waited. Had the sun risen, even then they would have never prayed Fajr. They would have waited for Holy Prophet. So Holy Prophet came out and he led the prayer and then finished. Then Holy Prophet told, he said that the reason I couldn't come early, that I was in my dream seeing my Almighty Allah. I was speaking to him. Allah was in my dream. And he was speaking to me and he was giving me his faiz. Then he told what he heard about Malay Allah and the angels were talking about, how Almighty Allah placed his hand on Holy Prophet's back and how did he felt the coolness in his faiz in the form of coolness in his breast. Just. Raitu Rabbi fi ahsani suratin. And then hatta qala fawaza yadahu baina katifayya fawajadtu bardaha baina sadiyayya fa'alimtu ma fi samawati wal ard wa fi riwayatin fatajalla li kullu shay'in wa alimtu. Everything became enlightened for me and I appreciated, saw and recognized everything in the world, in this universe, from Farsh to Arsh, even higher than that. So this was, they say, Inna salata kanat tuqamu li Rasulillah. So the reason of Iqama was not to inform Holy Prophet, it was to inform the companions, because they were sitting facing towards Qibla. They were sitting facing towards Qibla. And this was to inform them, oh my colleagues, stand up. Prophet Muhammad has come out. Qumu kharaja Rasulullah min baytihi. Qumu lahu ta'zima. So this was Iqama. Do you understand the point of Iqama? So whenever you stand for Iqama, keep this ta'zim of Holy Prophet as sunnah of the companions in your mind. But companions used to stand in ta'zim of Holy Prophet at this time. And this is the shi'ar. This is following their sunnah. So I told you that an Jabir ibn Samrah قال كان بلال يؤذن إذا دحضت. The time arrived and he used to make azan. That's it. No Iqama, no prayer, just adhan. This was his discretion because of the time. فَلَا يُقِيمُ حَتَّى يَخْرُجَ النَّبِيُّ صَلَّى اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وَسَلَّمَ. He never used to say Iqama till he came out himself. And فَإِذَا خَرَجَ أَقَامَ الصَّلَاةِ Hina yara'u. When Holy Prophet ﷺ came out, then the salah, yani people are waiting for salah, they used to stand up when they saw them. So this standing in Qiyam was Qiyamul li Rasulillah and Qiyam when they saw him. Qiyamul Istiqbal and Qiyamul Ta'zim. This is Muslim Sharif, Sahih Muslim. And you know the people, as I told you, the Arabs know everything and the Pakistani, the non-Arabs. This Imam Muslim is from Naishapur. And Imam Bukhari is from Bukhara. Subhanallah. Kushairi and Naishapuri. So this is and the chapter I have told you, this is Kitabul Masajid, Kitabul Masajid. And all those ahadith which we read from Bukhari are also contained here in Sahih Muslim. Babu mata yaqumun nasu lis-salat. The first hadith. Iza uqimatis salat fala taqumu hatta tarawni. All these hadiths are also in Sahih Muslim. And then fi riwayatin Zada Ishaq. Zada Ishaq fi riwayatin. Imam Muslim says, Holy Prophet this word. Iza uqimatis salatu fala taqumu hatta tarawni. But said Iza uqimat or nudiya lis salat fala taqumu. Subhanallah. Iza nudiya lis salat. This is the word of Imam Ibn Hatim, which Imam Muslim narrates. Ibn Hatim. This riwayat says, even if you get call of Iqama for prayer, don't stand. Don't stand unless you see me, I have come out. Categorical order of Qiyamul-Tazim. So Imam Ishaq adds this word according to the riwayat of Imam Muslim. He says, Hatta tarawni qad kharajtu. Subhan. Holy Prophet said, don't stand unless you see me that I have come out. Categorically, this Iqama and Qiyam was Tazim of Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Then you got Bukhari, you got Muslim, now get Tirmizi. Imam Tirmizi says, Bab 415, Abwabul Eidain, Abwabul Eidain, Sunan Tirmizi. Let us read one sanad from Tirmizi Sharif also. Haddasana Ahmad ibn Muhammad Akhbarana Abdullah ibn al-Mubarak. I'll tell you that Imam Bukhari, Imam Muslim, Imam Tirmizi has taken from many hadiths. The shuyukh of Imam Bukhari, Muslim and Tirmizi are among the students of Imam Azam Abu Hanifa. This Abdullah ibn Mubarak, student of Imam Azam Abu Hanifa. And Imam Abdul Razzaq, Sahib al-Musannaf, shuyukh of Imam Bukhari, one of the students of Imam Azam Abu Hanifa. He takes from Imam Azam and Imam Bukhari takes from Imam Abdul Razzaq. Imam Abdullah bin Mubarak reports and takes from Imam Azam, Imam Tirmizi, Imam Muslim, Imam Bukhari takes from Abdullah bin Mubarak. You understand the point? So, he says, Akhbarana Ma'marun an Yahya ibn Abi Kathir an Abdullah ibn Abi Qatada an Abihi قال قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم إذا أقيمت الصلاة فلا تقوموا. When Iqamat is said, don't stand up. حتى تروني خرجت. Unless you see me that I have come out. Standing is not for Iqamah. Standing is for on my coming, because Iqama is not for Salat, Iqama is for my coming. So your standing should also be for me, my coming. Subhanallah. So this is Tirmizi, Muslim, Abu Dawud, Tirmizi and all these hadiths. And here Qazi Iyaz in Sharh Sahih Muslim. This is Sharh Sahih Muslim. Qazi Iyaz has quoted Imam Nawawi. Qazi Iyaz in his Sharh, he says, Qazi Iyaz says, now he combines between two. Standing of the companions in the beginning, I have already given the tatbiq. In the beginning of Iqama, and then standing at the other time at Qamat Salah. He gives the reason that they used to stand. He gives here the point that Hazrat Bilal used to look at the door of Holy Prophet ﷺ, And whenever he came out, the moment he came out, he started takbir, iqama, and they used to stand up for Holy Prophet's tazim. This was in the beginning, this was the practice. Then Holy Prophet ﷺ said them, because then sometimes he went back, he came again. It happens many times. So they used to standing up for a long time. So he said, don't stand till you see me here. So he combines the both events together and that was the first practice, and this was the later order, instruction of Holy Prophet ﷺ, that when you see me, you should stand after that. So this is قال القاضي إياز رحمه الله يجمع بين مختلف هذه الحديث بأن بلالا كان يراقب خروج النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم. This was the point. بأن بلالا كان يراقب ينتظر, and keeping eye on that, خروج النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم من حيث لا يراه غيره. This was his ishq. He used to stand on that point so that only who could see Holy Prophet first when he comes out, nobody else could see. Only he could see, nobody else. This was his wish. Ashikana desire. Haysu la yarahu ghayruhu or illa al-qalil. Or very few people could see, or nobody could see. He used to stand at that place. Why? His wish was that his eyes should be the first to see Holy Prophet's face when he comes out. Subhanallah. When he comes out, his eyes should be first to see. فَإِنْ أَوَّلِ خُرُوجِهِ يُقِيمُ وَلَا يَقُومُ النَّاسِ حَتَّى يَرَوْهُ ثُمَّ لَا يَقُومُ مَقَامُ حَتَّى يَعْدِلُ الصُّفُوفُ فِي رِوَانٍ. That was أول خروج, and sometimes it was the second and then tatbiq. In the أول خروجه, they start the iqama. But la yaqumu, summa la yaqumu, didn't stand up. When Holy Prophet came to his place, then they saw him, and then they used to stand up for Holy Prophet. Then he has given all those ahadith which I have already mentioned here. Annahyu anil qiyam li Allah yatur alayhim al qiyam. Subhanallah. Allah yutabbil alayhi al qiyam. Yatul, both, so that they may not keep standing for long time. It means that everybody knew that this qiyam is for Holy Prophet Tazim. So this was the Hashiyah of Nawawi Kitab al-Muslim. And another subject of qiyam, that is qiyamul zikr or qiyam. Then there is an hadith of Sahih Muslim. And Anas ibn Malik radiyallahu anhu, when Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was going for his Mi'raj, Holy Prophet says, Marartu ala Musa laylata usriya bi indal kasib al-ahmar wa huwa qa'imun yusalli fi qabrihi. This is Sahih Muslim, Kitabul Fadail, Bab min Fadail Musa. Marartu ala Musa laylata usriya bi indal kasib al-ahmar wa huwa qa'imun yusalli fi qabrihi. Fadail, Bab Fadail Musa, Kitabul Fadail. And this hadith number is 164, and common, but it is better to know the chapter and the book. Babu Fadail Musa. Chapter number 42 comes after the Fadail of Ibrahim. And the same is in Nasai, Sunan and Nasai, and same in Musnad Ahmad bin Hanbal, the same hadith in Sahih ibn Hibban, same in Musannaf ibn Abi Shayba, and Imam ibn Kasir has also reported the same in Tahir-ul-Qadri. So now what I want to derive from there, this is one hadith, and the same in Nasai and Muslim, Holy Prophet says, Marartu ala Musa, the second. The word qa'imun I am taking, yusalli fi qabri here. Marartu bi Musa alayhi salam laylat usriya bi wa huwa qa'imun yusalli fi qabri. Tabarani also takes the same hadith. and an Abu Sa'id. This was narrated from Hazrat Anas. And now the same hadith from Hazrat Abu Sa'id al-Khudri. Abu Sa'id radiyallahu. Anna an-nabiyya sallallahu alayhi wa sallam qala laylatun usriya bi marartu bi Musa wa huwa qa'imun yusalli fi qabrihi. Haysami, Majmu' Zawaid, Tabarani, and all books of Siyasita also. Now the thing is that although these meanings have been taken as if he was praying, Holy Prophet saw him while he was going to Baytul Maqdis, Al-Quds, because he had to start his ascension from Al-Quds. And this meaning, Muhaddithin has also taken that this may be, nothing is mentioned in the details in the hadith of Holy Prophet. Yusalli fi qabri and qa'imun yusalli fi qabri, that's it. He was saying salat. And the position mentioned here is he was standing during his saying salat. But to me, the thing which I want to derive and which I have understood, because nothing goes against my inference in the text of hadith. Nothing goes against it. In the text of hadith. To me, the significant thing is this, that Hazrat Musa alayhi salam knew that Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was coming to Al-Quds, and all of the prophets, including Hazrat Musa, were supposed to be there to receive him and to pray behind him. All prophets knew that Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that night of ascension, Laylatul Miraj, was going to lead the prayer for all of the prophets, for all prophets. He was going to lead them in Al-Quds before he starts his ascension. He was going to lead them. Sayyidina Musa alayhi salam knew. Then the same Hazrat Musa received him there on the heavens while going and coming back. He received Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam at Al-Quds, and he prayed behind Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam at Al-Quds. And this journey, Holy Prophet's journey, was not on camel. This was on Buraq. Just in 1,000,000 or billions part of a second. He had to just pass by without spending any time. So how was it possible that, knowing all these things, Hazrat Musa had started just nafil prayer in his grave? Exactly at that time when he was supposed to go there, and Holy Prophet was passing near his qabr, his grave, and he was going to pray behind Holy Prophet over there. Why he would pray nafil in his grave? Why he would pray nafil in his grave? You understand my point? Only if it was fard, it can be understood. Fard can be understood. But after death, there is no fard in qabr and grave. Whatever the worships and good deeds and spiritual deeds by prophets and the saints are done, these are just nafil, additional, supplementary things. So, Holy Prophet is passing nearby, and he is to be received by them, and he is doing a supplementary and nafil prayer. Doesn't come occur to my, is acceptable to my mind. So what was qa'imun yusalli fi qabri? Word salat is not used only for prayer. Salat, inna Allah wa malaikatahu yusalluna ala nabi. Salat is for salam on Holy Prophet also. Darood and salam. Salutations on Holy Prophet. Salutations on Holy Prophet, saying salat and salam on Holy Prophet. Stood up, he made Qiyam, and he was standing and saying, Ya Nabi salamun alaik, Ya Rasul salamun alaik. He was saying salam on Holy Prophet. He was reading salam in his grave. And Holy Prophet said, Ka ra'aytu Musa qa'iman yusalli fi qabrihi. Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So this was the, in fact, real salat, which as Musa was praying the salat, Inna Allah wa malaikatahu yusalluna ala nabi. And the same night, Imam Abdul Wahab Sha'rani, Imam Sha'rani, he says in Al-Jawaqit wal-Jawahir, he quotes this one more event in that night of ascension, when Holy Prophet ﷺ, after Buraq and Sidratul Muntaha, and after the Raf, he arrived the stage of Summa Dana Fatadallah. So before he reached the stage and place of Dana Fatadallah, at that time Almighty Allah spoke to Holy Prophet ﷺ. When there was nobody, he spoke to Holy Prophet and said, Qif ya Muhammad, inna rabbaka yusalli alayk. Oh my beloved Prophet, you just wait here. I am saying salat on you. So this salat on Holy Prophet, which Almighty Allah said on him that night, the same salat was being said and recited by Sayyidina Musa alayhi salam in his case. And definitely every prophet said the same salat that night. That night was not for nafil, that night was for salat and salam on Prophet Muhammad, because he was going to ascension that night. This was the salat of congratulation, salat of respect and reverence, salat of reception. You understand? هو الذي يصلي عليكم وملائكته ليخرجكم من الظلمات إلى النور. All Quranic texts are the evidence on the subject that salat is not only the praying, it is more time the same way as salat on Holy Prophet and darood and salat and barakah. So this was the salat and salam of Sayyidina Musa alayhi salam. He said qa'imun yusalli. Then why did Holy, this was an event, why did he reported and informed to us? Holy Prophet ﷺ saw an event. He saw Hazrat Musa alayhi salam was praying, or for example he was standing and saying salat. You may accept either of the two. Now let us concentrate on the subject. Why does Holy Prophet inform this thing to his ummah? If this was just the prayer, then this was a matter between Hazrat Musa and Almighty Allah, and every prophet does the same. And Holy Prophet also does the same, will do the same after his demise. So this is a nafil being performed by every prophet and messenger in his grave. So this was nothing unusual. So if this was just a nafil prayer and it was not unusual, it was not an exceptional act, so what was the point to describe this to his ummah? And particularly while mentioning his journey of ascension, Miraj, he was describing to ummah, oh my ummah and my lovers, look at Sayyidina Musa, he is also one of my lovers. That when I was going to Miraj, he was also standing in his grave and saying darood and salam on me. That's why he's saying, he's telling to ummah, so that ummah should do the same. You should also say, stand up and say darood and salam to me. Ya Nabi salamun alayk. Following the sunnah of Sayyidina Musa alayhi salam. This is the reason why he has told to us. So this was the subject of Qiyam. Let me tell one thing. The thing which I have derived. Imam Sakhawi, a great muhaddis, Sahibul Maqasid al-Hasana, in his book Al-Qawlul Badi fi Salati al-Habib al-Shafi, he has reported this hadith of Sayyidina Musa alayhi salam in the book of Salat and Salam. Now, Sahih Muslim Kitabul Iman, volume 1, page 157, and Khatib Tabrizi, Mishkatul Masabi, Kitabul Fada'il, and Behaki Dala'ilun Nabuwat, and many other books. One is the event of Sayyidina Musa alayhi salam, Qa'imun yusalli fi qabrihi. Then Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, وَإِذَا عِيسَى ibn Maryam قَائِمٌ يُصَلِّي. There, not grave, in the heavens. وَإِذَا إِبْرَاهِيمُ قَائِمٌ يُصَلِّي. Subhanallah. Didn't I tell you? Every prophet was doing Qiyam that night for Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This is Sahih Muslim which I have quoted. Kitabul Iman, Babu Zikr al-Masih ibn Maryam. Holy Prophet says, قال رأيتني في جماعة من الأنبياء فَإِذَا مُوسَى قَائِمٌ يُصَلِّي. So these were the references on the subject of Qiyam. So now it is very clear whether, so why we do Qiyam? We don't consider that Holy Prophet ﷺ, Maazallah, has been born now. No. And we have to stand now. Nor do we consider that Holy Prophet ﷺ has come to this majlis. And now we should stand up. No. That's why I said this is not Qiyam of reception. This is not Aqidah of any Muslim, that he has come to the Mahfil of Milad and we should stand up for his reception. No, absolutely no. Although he can come spiritually, it is not impossible for him. He can go wherever he wants, spiritually, not by his body, not physically. His holy body is resting there in his holy grave, in his Rawdah, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. With his soul, spiritually, he can go wherever he wants. Like the angels can do. Like Jibreel Ameen, like other angels, like Arwah. So there is no problem for Arwah. They can go anywhere and they can become mutamassal, bodied, apparent, physical, perceptible form. But that won't be the actual physical personality person. Physical body and person is there in the holy grave. Even if somebody sees him in his dream, or if somebody sees him in his awakening, in the daytime, many awliya have seen him, holy prophets, bodily, but that is ar-ruhul mutamassal, ar-ruh mutamassal, mutajassada, mutamassala. So this is embodiment of soul, like Jibreel Ameen and Malakul Maut. Like Malakul Maut came to Sayyidina Musa alayhi salam and he gave a snap and his eyes came out. This is in Sahih Bukhari, Muslim, Muttafaq alayh. I gave you the references. I read it from Hadith. And he went back to Almighty Allah saying, Arsaltani ila abdin la yuridul maut. You have sent me to a man who doesn't want to die. So Malakul Maut, his eyes came out. Why? He was embodied. The Malak, the angel, is a Nur. But at that time, he was embodied. He came there, his presentation was a physical presentation, bodily presentation. So the soul and the Ruh and the Nur can be physically embodied. Like the Jibreel Ameen always used to come to Holy Prophet in the form of a villager, in the form of a man, in his physical bodily presentation. And his companions used to see him. So this is in Holy Quran, this is in Hadith. Holy Quran, Jibreel Ameen came to Sayyida Maryam. فَأَرْسَلْنَا إِلَيْهَا رُوحَنَا فَتَمَثَّلَ لَهَا بَشَرًا سَوِيًّا. We sent Ruhul Ameen to Sayyida Maryam. And we sent him in the form of a complete bashar, a complete man. It was a complete and perfect embodiment, physical embodiment. So this is not the real and actual body, this is embodiment. So real and actual body of Holy Prophet ﷺ always rests in holy grave. Al-Qubbatul Khadra, his grave, holy grave. Whenever anybody sees him, nobody believes that he has actually physically with his real body come out of the grave. No, this would become disrespect to Holy Prophet. This is gustakhi, biadabi, disrespect. No. Whenever he goes, wherever he goes with his soul goes like the angels and other souls, and this is embodiment of soul. Tamassole ruh. Tajassode ruh. This is known as Tamassulur ruh, tajassudur ruh. Arsalna ilayha ruhana fatamathala laha basharan saviya. This term has been derived from this verse of Surah Maryam. So although he can go wherever he wants in the whole of universe, but this is never Aqidah of the Muslims and the lovers and Ahl Sunnah that he physically and bodily comes to the Mahfil of Milad. Never. Or he sits there, no. And he is physically present over there, no. and that's why the people stand up for him, his reception. No, that's wrong. This would be a false allegation. Then why the people stand in Milad and Salam, and why we stand? Only as a symbol of respect of his zikr, respect of his remembrance, respect of the remembrance of his birth. Not that he is taking birth now, Maazallah. No silly man can think this thing. Remembrance, zikr of his mawlid, zikr of his birth is so respectful, is so of high esteem, and it deserves that much reverence that we stand for the ta'zeem of the zikr, ta'zeem of paying salam on Holy Prophet, respect on saying salam on Holy Prophet, respect of the zikr of his birth, respect of his attributes. Out of love we stand, out of ta'zeem, respect, or out of love. The Muslim, they become full of love. Their heart become full of love and affection and sentiments and emotions when they conceive that this was the month when Holy Prophet was born. This was the month when the greatest spiritual blessing of Almighty Allah was revealed to the mankind. And this was the month and this was the day when Holy Prophet was born, and all darkness was absolutely replaced with light, and misguidance was replaced with guidance, and falsehood was replaced with truth. And Almighty Allah sent his greatest mercy on the world, his greatest blessing on the world. He showered his blessing on the world. So this was the time when the shower of blessings of Almighty Allah came to the mankind. So out of this concept, we became happy and pleased and full of joy. We stand up according to farah. So this is Qiyam of farah. This is Qiyam of joy, rejoicing. This is the Qiyam of pleasure. This is the Qiyam of happiness. This is the Qiyam of happiness through the concept that this is the month and day when Almighty Allah blessed on us, bestowed his blessing on us. And when he made an arrangement of our forgiveness, he made an arrangement for providing guidance to us through this sending his beloved Muhammad, who was made Rahmatul lil Alameen. So this is the Qiyam of farha. This is the Qiyam of respect and ta'zeem. And this is the Qiyam of mahabbah, love to Holy Prophet. And you can do this anytime, whenever you want. It is possible. If Holy Prophet wants, he can go mutamassilan, ruhaniyan mutamassilan, at the same time at million places in mahfil. Thousands of places if he wants, he can go. That mushahada is not the part and parcel of that idea. That is a separate thing. That is the concept of mushahada, concept of kashf. There is a different subject, and huzur is the different concept. These are two different things. So this was the matter of Qiyam. Now again, you have read through ahadith. Qiyam is permissible. Reading Naat is permissible. Reciting the poems and poetry for Holy Prophet's personal esteems is permissible and sunnah. Doing speech on his personal greatness and highness and his spiritual status and esteem is permissible and sunnah. Making mahfil and placing the mimbar is permissible and sunnah. And doing the acts of celebrations and rejoicing is sunnah. Sending salam and darood is sunnah. All these arrangements, one by one, each and every act which we do in Milad celebration, singularly, each and every act, you have clearly understood that that is permissible, that is valid, that is lawful, that is absolutely legal, spiritual, acceptable, rather commendable. I would say it is sunnah. Each and every act as far as its origin is based. So how can this be conceived that each and every element of the whole constitution is permissible and sunnah? And when you put all these spiritual, sacred and good acts together, and it becomes the celebration, just celebration of Milad, how the total becomes invalid. Every element is permissible. How come the total become impermissible or prohibited? Every ingredient separately, there are not only dozens, hundreds of arguments and evidences on its permissibility, acceptability, commendability. It is recommended, it is established through Sunnah. So the question is, when you put them all, the constituent elements together, how does this totality become invalid? You understand the point? If every ingredient and element is jaiz, how does its totality and total becomes najaiz? So this would be a very unfair to say. So the Milad celebrations, what are Milad celebrations? We give food to the people. Then next things, all these acts of rejoicing and things which I have mentioned, each and everything is established through Sunnah. وَمَا عَلَيْنَا إِلَّا الْبَلَاغُ وَالسَّلَامُ عَلَيْكُمْ.
طلع البدر علينا